team and the greatness and how they played together and, talking about how important that is. And I go, yeah, but I was thinking, Shaq, you left one thing out, man. You guys also had a lot of friggin' talent on that team, led by D. Wade in his prime. But it was really good stuff. Shaq talking about taking a different role for the first time and Gary Payton calling him out and said, hey, man, you this is not your team. This is D. Wade's team. We need you to take a little different role here. So anyway, whatever it was, it worked. They go on to win that championship, and one of the more enjoyable championships. I've been down here for everything but the 70s with the Dolphins. But boy, I'll tell you what, that was a fun run, and really, really enjoyed it. And that celebration in Dallas was spectacular. That was really, really a fun one. So having all those guys back and having a couple cool days for Pat with his guys, and Pat Riley had come back to coach that team after everything. And
that was one of the great individual performances, though, in those finals.
Yeah.
Maybe ever that we've seen in this town, that's for sure.
Oh, in this town, yeah.
But it's right up there with the all-time. I mean, he took that thing over, man.
Yeah.
They were doomed. They were cooked in game 3.
He took his game to D-Wade took his game to a different level, no question about it. But anyway, they're watching that, and I got to be honest with you, if you got to have nights where you're starting Gardner, Pella, Fontecchio, Mitchell, and Bam.
Not good.
Come on, man. I mean, and by the way, I'm looking at their numbers overall, but I'm just going, he's going, well, I see potential with all these guys. These guys have been up and down, and I know they're young guys. I think the Dolphins have done this to them. I have no patience anymore. I've just noticed. I'm just like, look, you got to get a star. You got to go out, and you got to get Giannis.
We already got a text this morning asking when your flight to the Bahamas leaves.
Yeah, no, maybe
so we can get you out of here. So
I got to be honest, man. If I thought it'd work, I would go to where I've been in Hawaii, missed one, and I went to the Bahamas and missed one. For people that remember, yeah. By the way,
you went on vacation to Hawaii?
I was in Hawaii.
That's quite a flight, huh?
I was in Hawaii, and NBC says, "Hey, you got to do something with this. Something happened. I don't know what it was something with LeBron. I don't know, it was coming or going or something, but." Yeah, so in the middle of wherever your vacation is, it was.
Well, I know you missed LeBron signing here because I filled in with Adam Cooperstein that morning for you.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So I know you missed that morning for sure.
Well, I tell you what, nobody misses anything around here. I did.
You're NBA free agency guy. That's what you miss every year.
Well,
it's good.
I can't be here for everything, man.
You go in the dead of summer and you try to pick the perfect week.
Yeah. No, it didn't work. Even that thing where late summers when you're supposed to take your vacation, I didn't take mine apparently late enough because with free agency and stuff, you're right.
You need to go right in the middle of football season. You'll probably miss less.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. Anyway, so we got that going on. And, man, I got to tell you, our friends up in Broward County, the Panthers, they got to get rolling. 4 straight losses. And they've got the Bruins tonight. The Bruins are in that 8 spot right now with 68 points. You got, and right after that game, you're flying up to Tampa Bay to take them on before taking 21 days off. Now, when I say that, not a lot of guys are going to be taking 21 days off, especially for all the guys that are going to Winter Olympics and play for their countries, including a few of the Panther players playing for the Canadian team. Of course, Kachuk playing for the American team. And some of the other players playing for different countries throughout. And by the way, it should be great. Don't get me wrong. But, boy, it doesn't really help the Panthers at all, this Winter Olympics thing, knowing how hard those guys are going to play when they go over there trying to play for their country. It's a crazy one. I always love this one. So these guys go and they play for their countries whenever they get a chance, right? Really I don't know if they make any money, but if it is, it's a it's a small amount. And then, your team set back, they want you to go play, but in the back of their minds, they don't obviously, go represent your country and all that stuff. It's important. And we know how important it is to the countries. But at the same time, man, God, I sure hope you don't get hurt because we're the ones that pay you. We pay you the millions of dollars, not your country. So, boy, we hope you're able to stay healthy and not come back all banged up.
It's the only sport I think they'd allow people to do this. Right? Like, if they did something like this in any of the other sports, I think there'd be outrage.
Well,
look at NBA players clearly don't want any part of anything, right? Especially during the season. They barely want to play in the All-Star game.
So a lot of these foreign guys are big on playing for their countries in the offseason. I remember.
Yeah, in the offseason. But could you imagine the NBA was going to break for 3 weeks now?
They come back, they're wiped out. I mean, that your body can only play so many games, and you feel like you're off season, and now you got to play for your country and worlds or whatever, and you want to go play with those guys, but also the old body needs a rest, man. You start talking about as many games the Panthers have played, playoff games over the last 3 years. They played a full damn season of playoff games, and LeBron used to say that. You realize all the games LeBron played in, he ended up, the old offseason gets shorter and shorter, and then all of a sudden they want to play, and you want to play in the Olympics, but
LeBron's got to have, 5 extra seasons of mileage on him?
Yeah, he's
between
played a lot.
Playoffs and Olympics?
Yeah, he's played a lot of games, yes, no question about it. So anyway, it's an interesting one.
But could you imagine any of the other sports did this?
Well,
I guess it's accepted in hockey, but, man, I mean, the NBA was going to take 3 weeks off right now to go play in a high-level competition.
I agree. Going down the stretch, it's one thing to have
you guys are so scared of getting hurt.
Yeah. Well, listen.
What if the NFL did it? Right in the middle of their season, they had a couple weeks off for Olympic flag football.
Can't do it, but this thing is it is weird taking 3 weeks off for the Winter Olympics. Basically, the league just shuts down. And by the way, I mean, you're going to have practices probably for the guys that aren't going, but all your best players. What would we say? The Panthers got 8, 9 guys. Jamie somewhere right now knows that number, but 8 or 9 guys for the Panthers. I see Bennett just got added to the team because somebody in Canada, one of the Canadian players, got hurt, so he's back on the team. So anyway,
how do you square that as a GM of these teams, though, man?
You don't have
it's
a choice.
It's your job to win, and
I know
these guys are getting. I mean, everyone's
going to
come back banged up.
Like, hey, this thing was great watching. So they come out and the GM and coach go, man, it was great. The passion, the love, and then they go behind closed doors and those guys are sitting there going, great. We just lost Kachuk now. He's banged up. He's not going to play for a while.
A lot of guys, I'm guessing, are going to get fairly banged up in this thing.
Well, I got news for you, man. They're all talking about it. They are jacked up to get a gold medal or try to, get kind of continuation of what we saw last year in the best of the world that took the place of the All-Star game for the NHL. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Got a big show. Got a couple of head coaches going to join us that we'll be talking to. We're going to tell you more about that. Little tease coming up here. The trade deadline. Got a couple of teasers yesterday. Well, maybe a little bigger than teasers. James Harden going to the Cavs for Darius Garland. I was a little surprised, man, because I don't trust James Harden in any big games. Cavs needed some scoring. Garland's been hurt a lot, has not played a lot of games. And so they're bringing in. And James Harden, to his credit, averaging 25 points a game for the Clippers, so he gets traded. And then Jaren Jackson. Memphis, it looks like they're not done. John Morant probably going to get moved here the next day and a half as well. But Jaren Jackson, who is a hell of a player, 19 points a game, I think like 10 rebounds. He's going to Utah. As Utah always has, it doesn't seem like Utah's the one that always has all the first-round picks. They always have a ton of first-round picks, and they just kind of trade. And now it looks like they might be trying to make a little run here as they put this thing together. But, so that takes place. And, yes, we're still waiting on John Morant and Giannis Antetokounmpo to see what's going to happen. Boy, I got to tell you what, man, and God bless the fans, those Miami Heat fans last night that are chanting, we want Giannis, we want Giannis, we want Giannis. They don't want to try that last name, but they're going, we want Giannis, we want Giannis. Man, that starting lineup they put out there last night, that was a pretty good indicator of like, let's go. Come on, man. I know the potential. I know all those guys have their moments. I know they're all young guys. I know the Heat develop like nobody else's business, but go out if you can get this guy and get him. Get it done, man. Get it done. Yeah, that was all of a sudden, man, you got guys either coming off the bench or coming into the league and they're playing for it. And don't get me wrong, playing well. Larson has improved as much as anybody on the team. Pella has been really good. Really, really good player. But man, you got to go out and get some. This thing needs like those guys you're looking at 2006 team, and you kind of match that up, and they're talking about the great chemistry and playing together and knowing your roles. And I go, yeah, how would you like to have Shaq starting at center, Alonzo Mourning as a backup center playing out of his mind that year, if you remember that, and what he did in limited minutes and the numbers he was putting up. And then you got D Wade. Not a bad way to go with all the other cast of characters like UD and all the guys that had great roles but were proven really good basketball players. And you're looking at this thing, and it just has no consistency. And they keep talking about it, and you're like, okay, we've been talking about no consistency. We need more consistency. How long are we going to wait? We can give them 3 or 4 more years to go from, 22, 23 to me. I understand Spo's got to say this. Spo can't come out and start ripping his team. But that's tough. That's a tough one. That was tough on a night with all the guys there and all the interviews and all the guys there, D Wade there with his mother and all the cool things taking place to have all the guys back from what was really one of the great championships we've ever had. With way guys played and coming back and able to win that series was just fantastic. We got a lot of other stuff to get to. By the way, we did not forget, we got a Super Bowl coming up here, the Patriots and the Seahawks. And that's going to start picking up here as can't wait for Sunday to see what that's going to look like. We got a lot of other news to get to. Trade deadline, by the way, is tomorrow, 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. in the afternoon to see what's going to happen. But nice little teaser. Some other smaller deals also took place with some other teams. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break here. We'll get to a lot more stuff, including a little NFL stuff in just a moment. But first, hey, man, I hope you've had a chance, if you're starting to look around now that it's the new year, you're able to stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers and check out the 2026 lineup of trucks, SUVs, EVs. Chevy has a motto built to handle all your needs from the busy work week and your weekend adventure. Truly does, man. The SUVs and trucks are fantastic. Strong, durable. Let me introduce you to one of our grade A listers this morning of SUVs, a 2026 Chevy Blazer, a perfect mix of capability, comfort, and confidence with 3 bold personalities to choose from: athletic and eye-catching, aggressive and sporty, or maybe just elegant and stylish. We got them all for you, man. It thing really brings it all for you. Spacious enough to accommodate a big family, yet doesn't compromise any of the style. That's what I call a great midsize SUV. Hey, it's a new year, new points of view, new places to go, new adventures. It's the perfect time to hit the open road in a new Chevy. Whether you're looking for a new truck or a new SUV or a sporty-looking car, your South Florida Chevy dealers really have it all for you right now. Stop by. You got a little time now, this cool weather, to get out and spend a little time. Make sure you stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. They got great deals going on right now. Together, let's drive in the new year.
Today's topics are Kendall today.
Z Sports NFL analyst joins us this morning. And, there's not a day can go by that we don't somehow talk about quarterback. It's so important at every level. I just watched the East-West game, saw the Senior Bowl, talked to Charles Davis, who was at the Senior Bowl, and he says, not a great-looking quarterback class. How you looking at this quarterback position, knowing the Dolphins are one of 5, 6, 7 teams looking for a quarterback? What's the best way in year one to at least Band-Aid this thing?
Yeah, they get a couple different options that they can go. I would agree with Charles that the assessment for if you're trying to get one in the draft, it's not a great year to need a quarterback. And there's a bunch of teams, including some in front of the Dolphins in the queue, who will have that opportunity to make that pick at quarterback. So I think the most telling thing is the examples that Sully gave when he had a he just sit down interview with Cam Wolf, and he talked about, he went to Seattle, and he talked about Seattle back in when John Schneider first got there, and they went Charlie Whitehurst, and they went Matt Flynn, and then they draft Russell Wilson, and that's the embodiment of what he's talking about, and where you're going to take swings of the bat, and it's not going to be we're going to draft a guy in the first round, and that's the guy for the next 6 years, no questions asked. And I just think this year it's do you take a lottery ticket on a young guy? Do you trade for somebody's backup who maybe is ready for a chance to start? Do you go for a guy that's a little bit more long in the tooth to try to get you a chance to compete while simultaneously looking at your other options long term for what should be a much better quarterback class in 27? And I recognize we say that about every college quarterback class, but I think it's true this year.
Okay.
So it's what's the most high upside, low opportunity cost decision that you can make, where you're not going to look back and be like, man, we really regret going for this guy, but it could have paid off for us, and maybe it does pay off for us.
If they like Malik Willis, because they know him better than anybody, we've been saying this. The GM, the head coach, been there. Your head coach practiced against him. He was running scout team as you got your game plan, and he was a quarterback of every other team all year. So you can see when they said, hey, we need you to run more today, going, damn, he can run. And then he got a chance to play in a few games. Some people I've talked to really, really like him a lot. So if we do like him, he's going to want to get paid. He knows the situation he's in, and going to have a chance to start maybe at a few different places. How high a price do you go on a guy like that, considering the cap hell we're in right now?
Yeah, well, I think the way that you can look at it is you can do anything in a short-term window, right? And what I think would work in Miami's favor with something like this is I think Malik would prefer to have a shorter-term contract to get a chance to get another bite at the quarterback contract apple by betting on himself and playing well while being the starter somewhere. So I don't think you're looking at grand sums of guaranteed money across multiple years. It's probably, I would guess he'd be more attracted to like a 2-year deal or a 1-year deal like Daniel Jones did in Indianapolis, where he took the 1-year deal, right? And Justin Fields took a 2-year deal. And I think those are, I would lean more towards an inflation-adjusted dollar amount relatively close to what Fields got last year, which was $20 million per. With the salary cap going up another $20 million, $22 million, maybe you're talking 22, 23. You start getting north of that, I think that's a pretty hard sell. Because at the end of the day, the skill set's really enticing, but he has 155 career pass attempts. I just have I got a really hard time picturing NFL teams offering $30 million to a player with that workload when that's what like Sam Darnold was getting off the Pro Bowl with 35 touchdown passes and 4,000 yards.
Totally
agree.
I just
think that's not a 1-for-1. I understand it's scarce. I don't think it's going to go there. But if it does, I would be looking elsewhere because that gets into that cost-effective swing for an answer. And I don't think at that point it would be cost-effective.
The next one I'm going to ask you, I don't think it's going to happen, but I got to throw it out because I do know they have a good relationship. Nathaniel Hackett, the quarterback coach, and Aaron Rodgers' relationship and the Green Bay thing. And I don't think he'd come here because I think he wants to win in his last year. If he comes back, seems to me he would go back to Pittsburgh and they'll get him more weapons to play with. What are your thoughts there?
I think when you get into names like Rodgers and even Kirk Cousins, that it loses a little bit of appeal for me because at least with Malik Willis, you can look at it and say, well, he's 26, right? Like if you hit, there's a long-term opportunity there that you don't get with those other guys. So I think that's where it kind of, for me, would be counterproductive to go with a veteran like that because I understand like, and Jeff Hafley said this in whatever number of interviews that he did. It's like, we're going to build this the right way, but we are going to try to be competitive right off the jump. We're not going to be content to purposefully lose games or anything like that. And I'm sure they'll be interested in what their best options are for long-term and short-term. But I don't think, them talking about this being something that's built for sustainable success, I don't see those short-term bridges being overly attractive options unless they're for like minimum salary, which you obviously would not get with Aaron Rodgers.
Kyle, I want to ask you this one. Just looking at Pro Football Focus, they were not very kind to our grades for our rookie class last year in a lot of positions. I think they're all coming back and hey, listen, we're going young. We're going, it's cheap. That first contract around. Which guys have the biggest upside for you going from year one to now year two?
I think probably Kenneth Grant's at the top of that list. And I think the Jeff Hafley defense, if it looks like what it's looked like in some other spots, people are looking for the splash plays, right? They were, well, where's the sacks? Where's the tackle for losses? This front, I would expect, is going to be a little bit more geared towards getting penetration in the backfield instead of stacking the point of attack, extending your hands, reading the block, diagnosing where the ball carrier's at, and then discarding the block. It's a lot more like we're going to create chaos and get hit to hit with blockers early and play on the plus side of the line of scrimmage. So I think Kenneth Grant, with the physical tools, with the size that he has, going into a scheme with Hafley that I think will be a little bit more focused on getting penetration in the backfield, I think the sky's the limit there. And I think he has a chance to alleviate some of those, I'll use air quotes here, questions that people have, because, he was not good the first month, 5-6 weeks of the season, but I thought he settled in really well after that. He ended up finishing top 3 in pressures and sacks and run stuffs for all rookie defensive tackles last year, and all that, and being in a role in which he's encouraged to be more disruptive.
How do you feel about Jordan Phillips, who also played a lot next to him?
Yeah, I think probably the alignment will look different. He spent a lot of time in the A-gaps, where I think if you're going to put him in a penetration style, it's he could do some one tech, but when you go with your odd front stuff and you go the interior down 3, I think you could kick him out to be a little bit more of a penetration player that plays in the B gap. So I think that role will look a little different. I'm not super concerned about, if he's going to now be one of those like sunk cost players that you lose altogether because he doesn't fit the scheme. And it couldn't help but notice when the Dolphins put out their behind the scenes for that introduction day for Jeff Hafley, Jordan Phillips was one of the guys that was there at the presser afterwards. And they caught Jeff Hafley on the mic and said, "Hey, I loved you when you came out. You played the game the right way." So that kind of caught my attention as a guy that you might look at, oh, well, he was a nose here with what he was this past year for the Dolphins penetration scheme. Are we a little worried there? I think the usage and the alignment will probably just look a little different for him.
Hey, so they're putting this coaching staff together, and two of my favorite guys, I'm very open about it, Joe Barry and Austin Clark, were two guys who were treated me great last year, always had time in the morning or afternoon, or Madrid spent a little more time with Joe Barry. But I was a little surprised because he was a former defensive coordinator in Green Bay before Halfley came along, and he kept him. So to me, that tells you how good a coach he is and the job that he did. I don't know what their relationship was before, but did that surprise you at all?
A little bit, just because they had also hired – it's been reported that they hired Al Washington, who was on the Notre Dame staff, to come in and do linebackers for them as well. So now you've got Halfley that's going to be the play caller defensively. The new defensive coordinator is Sean Duggan, who last year did linebackers in Green Bay. And you hired somebody from Notre Dame to reportedly come in and coach the linebackers. And then on top of that, you're keeping Joe Barry, who was the linebackers coach last year. So that was the part of it that surprised me, not the fact that they had respect for Joe Barry and wanted to bring him back, because I agree with you. I think he does a great job as a positional coach. His tenure as the defensive coordinator in Green Bay didn't go particularly well, but he's got a great track record of working with linebackers and being in some kind of a role working within the front seven. So I'm curious what his role is going to end up being and how all of that shakes out. But, I mean, he helped get Jordan Brooks first team All-Pro last year, right? Like, he was the position coach that did that. And I got a great deal of respect for Joe Barry as well, and I was pumped they got Austin Clark back too.
Yeah. By the way, I am too. And Dotson and Brooks just together just put up stupid numbers at those inside linebacker positions last year, to your point. Hey, so you've been following all this stuff and I know a lot of the top guys didn't show up and took some time off after the playoffs, or some of them just know they're going to be top picks and aren't going to go to any bowl games. They're going to have their pro day, and that's going to be it. But I do want to ask you with that 11th pick, as we kind of look at this, it's not going to be a quarterback at 11. Even if we dance with the pick a little bit up or a little bit back, I'm just curious, what position you looking at considering what kind of talent we have in this draft?
Yeah, it's I think you've got a decent chance for a number of positions to be kind of that best player available. I would agree that quarterback's not going to be it, where like QB2 in this year's class is probably somebody that whether you think it's Ty Simpson from Alabama or somebody else, I think you're looking at first 8 picks of the second round, kind of like where Tyler Shuck went to the Saints last year out of Louisville. That's kind of like the range in which I think it's appropriate to kind of take that bet on a guy with 15 starts. But you could tell me it's a defensive end, like a pass rusher. You could tell me it's a corner.
Yeah.
You could tell me it's the non-premium positions on the defense, like Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State. You could tell me it's safety Caleb Downs if he slides to you. I think he's kind of a do-it-all safety that I wouldn't say he's Kyle Hamilton, but he's got some alignment versatility that you could do a lot of things with that I think Jeff Halfley would probably have a lot of fun with. You tell me it's an offensive lineman, whether that's Maioa from Miami, whether that's Ione, the guard from Penn State, is very, very clean prospect. I think he's got great appeal right off the jump in pass protection and has plenty of mass to go from point A to point B in the run game. I think it could be a wide receiver. Like you could literally go almost anything other than quarterback.
Yeah.
And depending on what happens in the first 10 picks, you could look at it and be like, well, I think that's probably the best player. You could tell me we take him and I'd be fine with it.
The only thing I would say, one position, and I heard the Senior Bowl, they were raving about a couple of the defensive tackles dominate. And I was like, hope we don't take one, because if we do, that tells me Phillips, Grant, and Biggers did not impress this new coaching staff if they do that. Would you agree? And be shocked if they took a defensive tackle, somebody inside?
I would be shocked, because probably the 2 best defensive tackle names that were down there in Mobile were Lee Hunter from Texas Tech and Caleb Banks from Florida. And Hunter was kind of like a late emergence this year and played with a bunch of studs on that Texas 10 front, where like David Bailey's projected to be a top 10 pick and Romello Heights projected to be like a top 50, top 75 pick. So they have a lot of talent on that front. And then Caleb Banks He only played in like 2 games this past year. He had an injury issue. Always been very toolsy, but the actual production and putting it all together has kind of been the question mark there. Like, I would be surprised if those guys went in the top 20, top 25. So I think you're probably pretty safe in that regard from where those guys are projected to where the Dolphins are at least currently picking.
Let's talk real quickly. Front office, the GM and the staff got to make a decision on Bradley Chubb and Minkah Fitzpatrick. You have a feeling either way, both coming off good years, really wanted to be here. I thought it helped them when they started to play better. Those guys are a big reason. And the way they kind of put this team, along with Jordan Brooks and some other guys, really their leadership. You expect them both back?
I don't expect them both back. And that for me comes down to, I think in order to get the salary cap situation right, I think they're going to have to cut some cash off the budget this year. And Minkah's owed 15.6, 15.8, whatever it is, and Bradley's owed like 20.23. You put those two guys together, you're talking over $35 million in cash. That not all of that would hit your salary cap this year either. That would be more cap that gets pushed into future years to fit it under the cap this year, but with what your cap situation is. None of that money for both of those guys is guaranteed. So that's for me. Oh, can you trade one of them? Would you just move on from both and kind of take the full-on flush with the cash situation? Do you extend one and move on from the other? I think Minkah's got more long-term appeal than Bradley does. So I'd be very surprised if they were both back. I would not be surprised ultimately at the end of the day with the big picture conversations that they're having if neither of them were back too.
Wow. Kyle, it's a good way good teaser here with a lot of time to still try to figure out the old quarterback position. Kyle, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you coming on.
Great as always, Joe. Thanks.
Kyle Krabs, the host of Locked On Fins podcast and A to Z Sports NFL analyst, joining us here. Hey, right now, before we go to a break, I want to talk to you about Baptist Health South Florida. Oh, my gosh. Man, what a sports medicine program they have put together. Listen, I use it. Have for years. And how do you become one of the top sports medicine programs in the country? Well, first of all, you have to have great facilities, but more importantly,
127 to 115. Heat are going to be off until Friday. They will head off to Boston on Friday to take on the Celtics. The NBA trade deadline is coming up Thursday at 3 o'clock. So tomorrow at 3 will be the NBA trade deadline. Had a big trade last night in the league. James Harden going from the Clippers to the Cavs. Darius Garland on the other end of that one. And the Panthers, they will be in action tonight. They will take on the Bruins. That game at 7 o'clock from Amarant Bank Arena, Joe. So a lot going on there. We'll do that heat ticket giveaway there in the 9 o'clock hour.
All right, always good, man. People love those tickets. Love those tickets, man. We love giving them to you. Love to see people getting a chance to go to a game and take a family member or take a friend and go enjoy yourself one night. Matter of fact, we got a lot of stuff going on. Big week, Super Bowl week, Patriots, Seahawks, entertainment, the commercials, everything else, all day coverage of
you getting tired of this whole narrative of like this is not a good game?
I don't.
I hate listening to other sports shows say that this is not a good
game. So first
game.
of all, it's just a real lazy take.
Yeah.
Like, is that the best you can do? Like, you can't study stuff a little bit, the offense or the defense. And by the way, I didn't watch probably saw the least amount of Seattle because of location and everything else. I didn't see a lot of Seattle games. I didn't. And then late in the year, the 49ers Seattle game was a big game, and you got to see how good Seattle was. They went to Santa Clara and won that game. But obviously, they got some great stories. They have put together a lot like the Patriots. The good old-fashioned way, man. Draft, some free agents, got some cheap free agents to come in, playing at a high level, throw in a couple of trades.
Everyone's like the quarterback story is not great in this game. It's like, well, quarterback story is actually very intriguing in this game. You got a guy that's bounced around.
Yeah.
That's playing at an elite level.
And you got this guy from a really good, by the way, great quarterback class. God, I'll tell you what, we're making up for it. Looks like this year, Woody. Yeah. Whatever that Drake May, Caleb Williams. Who else was in that? Caleb Williams. Well, there are like 4 or 5 guys that got a chance to be really, really good in that draft. And now we're like we can't get past Mendoza. We're scared to death to look past that it's looks a little shaky right now. So yeah. But man, it's cool for me, and I think a lot of NFL cities are doing this right now as you get set. How did they do it? What did they do? Because, you watch the games and people that watch, and then the ones are going, what have we been doing wrong? What is everybody else doing right to get into this situation? Because the one thing they're saying about the Patriots and Seahawks, hey, they're structured. This is not a one and done. They're structured to get most everybody back, both teams, and be really good and a chance to be a front runner. Schedules might get a little more difficult, but they could win if they stay healthy, win a lot of games. So I like looking to see, hey man, we've tried everything here, as you know, and I'm not beating that story up. That story's been beaten up. We got new GM. Thank God we got a brand new GM from the top. It's so refreshing. I'd kiss him if he was here right now. I'm so excited.
So listen to this draft class, by the way, Joe. It was Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Penix went 8th, then J.J. McCarthy 10th, and Bo Nix 12th.
Jeez. Wow. McCarthy's the only one that's
I think Caleb Williams is awesome.
Well, he got a lot better.
He really didn't he? And he looked like he was shaky his first year.
By the way,
a lot of people were like mixed on him, but
Jaden Daniels last year was like looking like, oh my God. He was so good. He got injured. It's not like he was bad this year. He just couldn't stay healthy and got banged up.
That's a problem, though.
Running for his life. And now Drake May takes the big jump. But overall, that quarterback class, only a couple years old. But, man, it looks like it's got a chance to be really, really good. And but like I said, like everything else, man, you got good years and bad years. And this year in the quarterback, it's fitting, right? For the 4 or 5 teams looking for quarterbacks going, great.
Yeah.
Great year to have one guy at the top, and they're going to be like the Raiders. Might as well just let everybody know right now with Tom Brady leading the charge, they're not going to give up on that. They're going to take them.
So instead of the this take of like this game's not very entertaining, which way are you leaning on this one? Because it's, to me, this is a tough call. Like, it's not as cut and dry as, like, I just think Seattle's going to blow them out.
No, I don't think Seattle's going to blow them out, but I do like the Seahawks.
Okay.
That's all. But,
they're favored by 4.5 at the moment on the Hard Rock.
Hey, man, all I want is I don't care which team wins, really. I'm an AFC guy.
It'd be
back
nice
here.
to see Seattle win, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
They seem like a cool market, and
but,
fans.
Woody,
like,
I just want to see a
fans.
good game.
I don't like Patriots
Woody,
fans.
I want to see a really good. I'm not getting in which fan bases and stuff, but I just want to see a good game. I'm not thinking about anybody's fan base. I just want to see a good game.
I'm with you on that.
I'd love to see late in the fourth quarter, 1-score game.
Yeah.
I'd love to see guys making big plays at the end of a Super Bowl. Somebody pick one off, or guy make a great catch, and that
last game, that Seattle LA game, was wildly entertaining, though.
That was a great game.
I mean, what a game!
That is that's what you
that
play.
team's really good too. That LA team.
They got a good team. That's
but man, was that a hell of a game? You talk about making plays.
That was fun. But here we are, man. Seattle and New England, and for me, the Patriots, what they've done, again, 4 wins in 2023, 4 wins in 2024. They're looking bad. I mean, Belichick really screwed that thing up. He really did. I mean, it's Belichick. The new guy had no shot. He comes in.
Piling on Belichick today, huh?
No. It's just
enough.
The one thing that Belichick has not been great at, and he's been able to work around it. Sometimes he was a much better coach than he was a front office guy. Much better. And it was run down. It was rundown program. And all of a sudden, he got a lot of money. They kind of got going on this draft thing with Drake May. That kind of got it started. And, boy, did they hit in a big way off the free agent class this year. Had the most money. I don't even know who has the most money. The people have the most money. There's no question about it. They got a chance. If you get the right guys and they can stay healthy for most of the season,
having the most money isn't
chance.
Always the
it's not always.
We've won the offseason before.
We've had the most money.
Champions.
No, we've had them. We've had a lot of money and a lot of draft picks when we had our chance. We had our chance, and we didn't do a good enough job. I'm not getting in the whole thing.
No, I know.
I literally, I wish I could tell everybody the story. I even talked to the top people in the organization. I'm not saying any names, and I said, "Are you sure we're putting the most important drafts in the history of this franchise to turn it around? Are you sure we're going with the right guy in Chris Greer?" That's all I said. I didn't say get rid of him. He's the man. It's a good choice.
Oh, it's over.
But I'm not. I have no regrets about wanting to get rid of him for a couple years. None. Because it was clear to everybody, and they gave that man every chance. And it was like, stop it.
The problem is these damn off seasons are so long. We got to talk about this thing for months and months, and hope that it looks better.
Hey, man,
it's like that.
You're right.
Who knows?
And the one problem the Dolphins have, they have a beaten up fan base, but as it gets closer, and we get away from it, and now it's draft time, and we get going, then everybody goes, how quickly can we get this thing turned around? I think that's why it's so important to have a new starting quarterback next year, and not even in the back of your mind think about bringing Tua back here to have a chance to start. To me, it would be crushing. I don't care who's coaching. Hey, listen, our coordinator, Coach Slowick, was here. I can't imagine he's going, hey, man, I know Mike couldn't get it done. I can get things turned around with this guy. Give me a chance. Let's bring him back. I just think your fan base would just be like, really? This is what we're doing. So anyway, there's a lot of big decisions to be made by our new general manager. A lot of tough decisions have to be made on some guys that are making money. A couple guys I'd like to have back, but financially we might not be able to do it because we extended so many contracts. At some point, we got to pay the bank back, and it might be time right now. Might be time. Hey, 7 o'clock hour's coming up, man. We've got a lot of stuff today to get to. In the 7 o'clock hour, Joe Brady. That's right. Joe Brady, the Buffalo Bills head coach, is going to join us. We'll talk to him about the Bills. We'll talk about the AFC East. We'll get into a little Josh Allen talk and everything else after he was named the head coach of the Buffalo Bills just a few days ago. Hey, I want to talk to you about something else, though. Hey, man, for guys out there, you get off the road from time to time, you have trouble getting back on it. It happens to a lot of guys, not all guys. Some of you pretty strong and haven't had any problems. But, boy, I've been off that road, and a couple of times it was tough. I had buddies trying to help me get straightened out again. Hey, man, I just want to tell you about Recovery Unplugged. A new year means a fresh start, new goals, and a chance to reset. If your mental health needs a comeback season, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health will help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you, Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud.
starting with the Heat, who fell to the Hawks 127-115. Miami will be off until Friday when they will head to Boston. And last night in the NBA, the Clippers traded James Harden to the Cavs in exchange for Darius Garland. The NBA's trade deadline is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And to the Panthers, who will host the Boston Bruins tonight. The puck drops at 7 from Morant Bank Arena. And the game can be heard here on WQAM. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
We're just going to forge ahead until we conquer it. It is frustrating. It's disappointing. I see the potential, with our team. I really do. But that ability to, sustain or have a game and get a quality win and then do it again and then rinse and repeat and do it again. That's what all the very good teams are able to do, is they're just more consistent in the approach and the game. The game it should be more consistent to the identity night in, night out.
All right, Eric Spoelstra trying to explain a little bit about his team. No Wiggins last night, no Powell. Tyler Herro's been out now for a while. Hawks hit 21 three-point shots. Took 50 last night. Hit 21 of them. Heat hit 8. On a night that the championship team from 05 and 06 was there. It was great seeing all those guys at the arena last night. D-Wade and Shaq with that big personality he has, and just miss all those guys. Zoe obviously worked with the team in here, but all of them, UD, the whole gang was back together and had a nice little party, and then watched that last night. And boy, I'll tell you what, those teams have nothing in common. Nothing in common. This team desperately needs a guy that can take over a game. Just desperately needs. We're talking about D-Wade and what he did in 06, right? Basically the whole season. I mean, he was phenomenal the whole season, but he took it to a new level in the finals against the Mavs that year. And this group's just up and down, like he said. Spo was talking about it, and I like it, and I see the potential, and we've got some good wins, and we got some bad losses. And, I just feel it, and I see it, and I'm like, oh, boy, okay. All right, because every time I look up, we're 5-5 in our last 10. Just seems like we're always 4-6 or 6-4 or 5-5 in our last 10 games. If you look at standings and the numbers next to it. So anyway, that was last night. As Woody said, they'll be playing, going up to Boston here and trying to hopefully get some guys back. And by the way, it's a weird one. I don't know what it is, and I hope he's okay because Powell's been a great story for this team. A veteran comes in here. So he was at the game. I saw him last night at the game, but he's got, what I see, personal stuff that he's not playing. Not physical, but personal. And I look at, man, I'm not trying to get in anybody's business here, but I always wonder what the personal stuff is. Personal stuff, I always think of something at home, family, death, people that you're really close to, mourning. But I always see that one, and I always kind of wonder. But anyway, he wasn't in the lineup. Wiggins been really solid and Wiggins-like, and he's not able to play. And I don't know when Tyler Herro's coming back from this third injury that he's fighting right now with the ribs. But we got trade deadline, and boy, I sure hope they do something to shake it up. I do. And usually I'm like, hey, man, develop them if that's what we're going to do, and let's go. And we've had some guys get better. Pelle Larsson has gotten a lot better, man. He has turned into a really good player. He has. And Jaime Jaquez has been really good. Nice bounce back year for him. But we got a lot of guys just up and down, injured, do a little bit. Some nights play it a little bit more. Other nights not play as much. And it's like, okay. And that's kind of been the problem. Some nights they shoot real well. hell, they've had, 7 or 8 games, as many as anybody, scoring over 140 points. And last night, they just right from the start just didn't look like it was going to be anything special with that lineup. And again, they got guys out, and obviously more than a lot of other teams, they can't afford to have a lot of players out. John Morant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, will they get moved here? We saw the great teaser yesterday. Jaren Jackson, is what he just said, and James Harden both traded. Jaren Jackson really good for Memphis, 19 and 10 a game, going to Utah, and James Harden going to the Cavs for Darius Garland, who I thought was pretty good himself, but he's been injured, played in just 26 games, averaging 18 points a game. And really, James Harden, I give him credit. I thought, remember that Las Vegas stuff? He was running to Las Vegas in the middle of the night and coming back for games and talking about his commitment and never happy. Well, he goes to Clippers this year at age 36, and he's averaging 25.5 points a game. So he's obviously picked it up enough that the Cavs are going to make a run with him and see how he does with the Cavs, who have started to play a little bit better now, 30 and 21 on the season. And then we got that other story going on in Broward, man. I have no problems with what this team has done. I thought it was outstanding. They brought back everybody. They won that championship, and Bill Zito, the general manager, brought everybody back. And let's be honest, everybody wanted it. I didn't think it would happen. They got everybody to sign off. They wanted to make another run at this to try to win 3 in a row, go to the finals 4 times in a row, and they're going for it. And that's what great organizations do. They go for it. They don't break it up and we're going to try some. And the problem has been injury, starting with Barkov. And they just, bringing up a lot of guys that probably shouldn't be on this team right now. Hustle's good, but not as good as what we've gotten used to watching. So they've lost 4 straight games, and falling out of this, as Matthew Tkachuk said, we're in a little trouble right now. We need to get this thing rolling. So they've got some tough games coming up here to try to get this thing flipped around with back-to-back games with the Bruins and then Tampa Bay, which is always, by the way, before you go to Winter Olympics, can you imagine that one? How great is that? Panthers going up there to play Tampa Bay. And you just know that thing is going to get chippy. And you need wins. You need points. You need wins. And so we'll see what happens there. But hey, man, I got no problem with them. You can't rip a team that's going for it. They've had a lot of guys out. They get some guys back. They get Tkachuk back, and then now Bennett's been out. They just haven't been able to get everybody back, man. They've played a lot of games. And these things happen, and you cannot replace the one guy of all the people. If I would have said one guy, man, you don't want to lose, Barkov would have been first on my list full of a team of really good players, because I want to make sure I'm not taking shots at Tkachuk or Reinhart or anybody else, for Hagee or Big Bob or anybody else. But the one guy, if I said, man, I don't care, but if you're telling me one guy that I can't lose, it's the guy that we lost in camp in Barkov. One guy you couldn't afford, cannot replace him. Cannot replace all the different things he does at both ends. Can't do it. I've learned that much about hockey. And you can sometimes, find different ways to get some scoring, but all the different things he does that make a difference, and why he's always considered to be one of the best players in the game. Anyway, so we've got a lot of stuff coming up here. Joe Brady, head coach of the Buffalo Bills, going to join us coming up in this 7 o'clock hour. Really curious to talk to him about everything, going from the offensive coordinator, where he did a great job with what he had, a really good job, one of the top offenses in football, even with that receiving core at times struggling, and obviously having Josh Allen and the best running game in the National Football League. Ended up number one. So we'll talk to Joe about some of that stuff and becoming a head coach. He's from down here, and a guy I really like. I do really like Joe Brady a lot. Anyway, we'll have more of that stuff coming up here. But before we do, yeah, I've talked a lot about hockey, got a lot of basketball at the trade deadline tomorrow at 3 o'clock. But we have some other stuff going on. I know the Super Bowl on Sunday. Baseball's right around the corner, man. Can you believe it? How about that? Right around the corner. Hey, let me tell you something. Missing an assignment on the field is one thing. It's bad if you miss this event. That would be real bad. Marlins Fan Fest, presented by ADT, goes down this Saturday, February 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. at Lone Depot Park. Player meet and greets, behind-the-scenes clubhouse access, interviews with coaches and alumni, and the big one, the reveal of the new Marlins jersey and what it's going to look like. This is your first real taste of baseball season, and the road to opening day, is right after this. Bring the kids, bring your friends, make a night of it. Everybody has fun when you go to this, and the tickets, well, that's good news too. Free. No excuses. They are free. Go now to marlins.com/fanfest. Hope to see you out there Saturday for the start of the Marlins Fan Fest.
This hour of the Joe Rose Show is brought to you by
Ren-Fest.com. 15 minutes of heat. It's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, welcome back. Hey, Woody, before we get going here.
Yes.
How about that, man? It's been 20 years. God, time's flying, man. 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years since that 2006 championship, 2005-2006 championship for the Miami Heat with and they were all there last night. That halftime show was fantastic. Those guys all sitting out there together. McAdoo, I see Keith Askins and all the guys there last night, guys behind the scenes. And, of course, Pat Riley in there with all his guys, man. It's really cool. And Zoe and Shaq, man, playing together. That was a really, really cool time. How about that? Like, Shaq gets arrested and Zoe comes in.
Yep.
Anyway.
Dwayne still looks pretty young.
D-Wade looks great, man. The whole group.
I see. So it's just funny. You see, like, Dwayne is, doing his thing. And Carmelo Anthony was at the Syracuse game the other day when Miami played them because his son's on that team. And then LeBron is still playing at a high level.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. That draft class was pretty good, huh?
Yeah. LeBron wasn't on that 06 team, though, for those guys last night. But they had everybody there, man. It's glad to see them all there. And Pat looks great, man. God bless Pat Riley, man. He looks good. He's taking care of himself, and Eric Reed just does a great job. So good night, man. Good night, except for before that halftime show and after that halftime
game not
show.
So good. All right, Joe. College football playoff announced their upcoming schedule here. Everyone was kind of up in arms about this thing, but I don't see much of an issue with it. But they did move off of New Year's Eve. They are not going to play on New Year's Eve this year because New Year's Eve lands on a Thursday during NFL season, and I think they've learned their lesson of going up against the NFL. So the quarterfinal games we played, one will be Wednesday, or the Wednesday before there, and then they'll go on Friday. They'll do a triple header, so they'll kind of split in between. So it'll be New Year's Day and then the 30th. So
how good is it when now that you got those? I love the hell out of those college football games, and partially because the Canes got on a great run and really played well, but having college football playoffs now, I think, is just such a major upgrade. I know we're ripping everything else about it, but having this playoff system is great, and then having all those NFL football games down, it's just awesome.
By the way, congratulations to the Orange Bowl, who landed back-to-back semifinal games. Did you see that?
No.
That's big.
Great.
Back-to-back semis coming to town here.
Hey, man, this thing is worked out. I remember, I don't want to say any names, the old Orange Bowl is a little concerned when they got away from the old bowl system that we were going to get left out. Hey, Orange Bowl, I think we're doing pretty darn well. I saw something I've never seen, ever, in that playoff finals not too long ago, a few weeks ago. That felt more like a Super Bowl. It was unbelievable. It really was.
Yeah, just a chance for us to get a few more home games. I
think the Orange Bowl. Yeah, I think the Orange Bowl's doing okay, man. I think they're doing all right. You guys are all right, man. Put those jackets on and enjoy yourself.
All right, Joe. Do you recall the altercation that DK Metcalf had with the fan? I assume you remember this in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's name is Ryan Kennedy, and we got to be very careful here because he seems to be very litigious. He likes to sue people. So we need to be careful with this one.
We have people out there that, if you look at them wrong, do love to sue you, and some of them live right here in South Florida.
So he is suing DK Metcalf, Shannon Sharp, Chad Johnson, amongst others here. It looks like the team's getting sued, the Steelers. Like he's suing everyone for $100 million was the number he came up with. Sounds like Dr. Evil or something.
Yeah, no, so why $100 million for whatever happened? It
was the biggest number he could think of, probably.
Okay.
That made sense. I don't know. But anyway, the main reason that he is suing, Joe, is because they made claims that he used racist and misogynistic words when speaking to DK Metcalf. They're saying that's what caused him to snap. That's what DK Metcalf had said.
Was anybody close? Have we ever had anybody come out and go, yeah, I was there and he did say this or he didn't say that? Anybody, or is it just going back?
I think it does say that there, at least people have said, I think that he did not say that, but he also, I guess this guy's like a professional, like, agitator. Like this is kind of what he does.
With the N-word and C-word?
No, not with that, but just like he gets after players or whatever. I think that was like the rap on this guy. But nevertheless, man, if that stuff does end up being untrue, it is certainly damaging to his reputation, and I'm guessing he will have a case here.
Hey, man, can I just say this? Metcalf should have never been there, no matter how much of an idiot this guy, and they're at every game for years now. I've listened to our guys stretching before games and at different places, and the fans that really enjoy it gives them a chance to be kind of a tough guy, to just get down there, get right on top of the field, and just, they do their homework. Hey, everybody's apparently slept with your wife. All this stuff comes out. Like some laugh. We laugh sometimes, and every guy takes it differently. But, man, you shouldn't be up there where he was. Should have never been there. Should have never been in that situation.
Yeah, it's a shame for everyone involved here, but now these guys got to deal with a lawsuit. So Shannon Sharp and Chad Johnson went on their show or their podcast or whatever and, made those claims as well. So they're part of this here, Joe.
Yeah.
Kind of an ugly situation.
Yep.
Yeah, never want to be tied up in something like that. And here's another ugly situation.
I've had that happen. That's not a good thing. No.
We got Derek Fisher. Remember Derek Fisher?
Oh, yeah.
Remember he had the wife and some craziness with Matt Barnes?
Yeah, that's right. He started dating Matt Barnes, probably married to her by now.
So Derek Fisher and his wife, Gloria Govan, were involved in a disagreement at a Los Angeles area high school basketball game this week that ended with Govan being ejected. Fisher coaches the team. Apparently the two coaches were getting into it with each other, and the wife got involved and started screaming. And she can be heard in a video saying that Ozempic got your brain fogged up. Ozempic being the weight loss shot, I believe.
Oh, I'm very aware of what that stuff is. Yeah.
So fat shaming is very frowned upon in today's society, as you know. As you well know,
you're such an idiot.
We have to run those things overnight because of you. The Obesity Action
Don't
Coalition.
blame that for me.
They formed that coalition because of you.
I don't say anything. That's not fair.
Anyway, yeah, Derek Fisher's wife was ejected from the game. She was escorted out.
Great look.
Yeah, that's not embarrassing.
There goes my mom right now. Hey, guys, that's my mother. If you're wondering who the idiot is, that's my mom. She's great, isn't she? Hey, Mom, could you be a little louder?
I got to tell you, the parents are absolutely out of control at these games, man. And my kids are young, and the parents are out of control. It's very wild to watch.
I've been going to my grandson's soccer games, and I have just bite my tongue. I don't say anything.
Yeah.
When everybody wants to coach at the same time, everybody's coaching and the whole deal. Yeah.
I coached the basketball team.
Hey, man.
I've had parents come
My
up
thing
to me
is just sit back and enjoy yourself and watch your kids play. And if you're not happy with the coach, hey,
you can coach.
Why don't you coach if you got so much damn time? Oh, you don't have time, but you like to come out and just get your 2 cents in. Okay.
I gain a new respect for the Spos of the world, though.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can only imagine it must be worse for him.
Hey, man.
Than it is, I got it, and it was very hurtful.
Whatever.
It hurt.
I have just keep my mouth shut.
Second guess you.
I'm just keeping my mouth shut. And even if somebody tries to bait me into giving an opinion on something, I have learned through experience to keep my mouth shut on either side of that thing.
I've been going to those Canes basketball practice. I pay extra attention in there so
I
can maybe know what I'm doing a little bit.
Hey, we got Joe Brady, head coach of the Buffalo Bills, going to join us when we come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the AFC East. We'll get into Josh Allen, the Super Bowl, a lot of stuff. Joe Brady, the new head coach from right here, by the way, down here from South Florida. If you didn't know that, we'll tell you all about that stuff coming up. Right now, though, I got to talk about Atlantic Mint's check that. I want to talk about Atlantic Men's Clinic. Anything that will help you with your energy level. Listen, I've been on the Atlantic Men's Clinic program for 2 years. 2 years. And you know what I want to say to them? Thank you. Thank you. First of all, boy, I was fully no energy, low T, maxed out, ED. You can't have it any worse. Sex drive was gone. There was nothing happening in my bedroom. Safest place to be on a weekend was my bedroom because ain't nothing going to happen except snoring. And I want to let you know, man, thank you, Atlantic Men's Clinic, because you have made a difference, man. You have made a difference. And by the way, you know, setting up that first appointment, I wasn't real gung-ho about it. I was like, do I really want to do this? I don't know. Man, it was the best thing I ever did. I met with that professional staff. I had the PSA test. I had all this stuff done. They got my results. They put me on a program. They said, are you ready to go? And I said, hell yes, I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Man, I got great results so fast, so fast. Energy level, bam. Started losing weight because of it. ED followed. Oh, no, ED was gone, man. ED got kicked off the block. And I got to tell you, the sex drive's back. Really just enjoying my life as I got older. And I didn't think it was possible. I had no idea you could get such great results in Atlantic Men's Clinic, and it happens fast. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, including a brand new location in Hollywood. And I want to let you know, set up that first appointment. If you're going through it, you know if you are. Oh, it's no, do you think I have? You know if you have low T. If your energy level is shot and you just are not active and everybody's asking you, come on, let's do this or that. Yeah, not now. Maybe we'll do it next time, okay? If that's you, stop it. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Set up that first appointment. It's the most important one for you to get started with Atlantic Men's Clinic.
Today's topics are sponsored
along the Palmetto Expressway north.
Then celebrate Valentine's Day with
Waiting for this one, Joe Brady, the Bills' new head coach by way of Everglades High School. How about that one? From right here in South Florida, Joe Brady joins us this morning. Hey, congratulations, Joe. That's fantastic, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for having me on, man. It's an honor.
Hey, so I got to ask you, boy, everything you've been through, man, the interview process, you're sitting there when you're going through it, and you got everybody in the organization, including the quarterback, sitting there looking at you. I'm just curious, like, how do you prepare for that one, knowing everything good and bad that is going on in the organization to get yourself ready for that?
Yeah, it was a unique one, right? Because you're trying to go into it and you're trying to approach it like, all right, are they gonna look at me as the offense coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, or are they gonna look at me as if I was just the offense coordinator of the Miami Dolphins, right? And so, you walk in, you don't really know what to expect. And what I really appreciated of it is everybody in the room, including the quarterback I've coached for 4 years, they all kind of started it as if I wasn't in the building. Like, let's go back and let's start it. Okay, you're in Pepper Pines, Florida. Let's talk your background. And so there was a little awkwardness of like, we're having to do it, but it was really good of nobody really assumed anything and was able to see me in a different light as opposed to just seeing me as the offensive coordinator. And there was a lot of positive to it.
Well, listen, you know it better than anybody. You've been the quarterback coach. You've been the offensive coordinator there. You've dealt with everybody. You know how passionate everybody is. You guys win 12 games in a regular season. You win a playoff game, get a very, to put it nicely, shaky call go against you in that game. And the pressure of and expectations. What is that like, and how do you handle that now that you've been part of it and know what's expected up there?
Yeah, look, I think it's the reality. Like, I'm walking into this organization as the head coach in a much better position than Coach McDermott did. I'm understanding of that. And, I was appreciative of being a part of it, but like, we're going to embrace these expectations. Like, when you got Josh Allen as your quarterback, you're going into every game with you have a chance to win the football game, and there's a lot of power in that. But I want our guys to understand, like we're not going to rise to low expectations. Like, let's embrace it and let's kind of roll. And, I think there's a lot of power in that. And I understand we got to work and it's a long time and there's no guarantees and everything, but I don't want our guys to feel like they shouldn't be confident going into every football game.
Hey, Joe, also, everybody makes a big, and we all do it. We're all guilty, and I don't want to act like I'm not either. Go, that receiving core's just not what it needs to be. And, hey, Josh Allen will just make everybody better, so let's just kind of throw it out. We can do that with Mahomes and Josh Allen. Do you feel it needs to be – I know you got to protect and defend those guys. They're your guys and get the most out of them. You think that group needs to be upgraded, and was it? And I say this, I feel like an idiot. You average 28 points a game, so forgive me for saying this, but people still looking at that receiving core. How do you look at it?
Yeah, I've never once said anything negative about our receiving core. Like, whenever we don't get it done, like the end result in Denver was because of me, right? Like, I wasn't good enough, and your job as a coach is to figure out kind of who do you have active that week and put them in position to have success. And I believe we had enough. And, that's something that I have to do a better job of. I know we go into the offseason, right? And fortunately, the best thing about Brandon Beane is, man, there's going to be no stone left unturned. And so we're looking at everything and anything and everything, regardless of the position. And I learned that my first year here when they were having me look at quarterbacks, and I'm like, man, we got the best quarterback. And they're like, nope, we got to get the best backup quarterback. So, I have a lot of confidence in the wide receiver room, had a lot of confidence in the wide receiver room. And obviously, if we can, as always, if we can continue to improve the rooms, I'm going to be all for that as well.
Joe, I've seen it up close, and that is that part of Josh Allen's game, not the weatherproof arm that can throw it in anything, but that guy, man, he runs. I think sometimes that guy runs, he doesn't have to run. A couple years ago, you guys had us, and he was like, no, I'm going to run a quarterback to sweep and finish this thing off, and had all the Dolphin players all fired up. Like, what's he doing, man? We already got this game, and he's doing that. The guy is passionate. Does he need to cut back, though, on his runs? He had 112 carries for almost 600 yards and 14 touchdowns. It's such a big part of the offense. You think it continues, or how do you treat it?
Well, it's there's sometimes there's elements of you tell a guy not to do something, they end up finding you can eliminate some of the runs, and next thing you know, you got some of the scrambles, right? Like, to me, it's what he plays the game the way you love to watch the way that he plays football, right? But the problem is sometimes he takes hits that I get to play in late because I'm not enjoying the way that he plays football at that moment, right? But as a fan, as someone that I'm sure you can respect, is like he'll do whatever it takes to win football games. But I want to be able to coach him for another decade plus, right? And so he knows that element. But once that ball is snapped, as we know, it breaks down, man. He's going to do whatever he's got to do. And so hopefully I'm doing everything I can to protect him, from a protection standpoint, so he doesn't feel like he has to do that. But as you know, once it gets rolling, man, it's hard to turn the switch off.
Yep. Well, that guy is ultra competitive. You're exactly right. Hey, Joe, the other thing is, we don't talk enough about that other dude from South Florida, that James Cook.
Yeah, exactly.
My gosh, man. He just quietly led the league in rushing, which people are going, wow, how'd he catch up to everybody? You guys were number one running the football in the regular season. Talk about James. I honestly, I have never been more wrong about a guy that I watched at Miami Central High School, and then he went to Georgia. And I went, he'll be a nice little, he'll maybe set up as a third down back. And here he is, a full-time running back and one of the best. Has he surprised you on how good he's been?
No, I mean, when I took over, I remember talking with him, and like, I'm biased, right? Like, just give me a bunch of South Florida guys, and we're going to be able to make it work, right? Like, and so as you kind of learn James Cook, right? He's not going to say a lot of words, but man, you get across, as soon as you cross those white lines, man, you know what you're going to get. And I think you learned a lot about him this year because he got paid and he got better, and that speaks volumes to kind of who he is. And we were able to do the success that we had, man. We were able to just, some of these games, Josh was like, man, it was like I was in a group project. I didn't have to do anything, because we were able to run the rock, and man, Jimbo is, he's my guy. And, every time people tell him he can't do something, he kind of proves them. You can't be a number one running back. You're going to be a scat back. You're not going to do this. So you're going to get paid. And he just goes to work. And, man, I love that I get to continue to coach him.
Yeah. Incredible to watch him run. And as you said, one of our guys from here in South Florida. Hey, Joe, the other thing is, can you tell us how you guys have been one of the few teams that keep your offensive line so healthy, like the last 2 or 3 years? Those guys don't miss very many games, maybe a little more banged up this year, but they have some streak going where it's either 5 and sometimes maybe a 6 guy gets a little playing time, plus the extra guy you guys might play from time to time. It's incredible how good and durable that offensive line has been.
Yeah, like this. I'm knocking on wood right now, Joe. So that when I'm heading down there, I got my 5 guys. No, it's look. There's a lot to that, and a lot of the success we're able to have with James Cook, with Josh Allen. It's always going to start up front, and not only them being healthy, but the continuity and the communication of those guys with it. But you're always going to toe the line, right? You got to practice. It's important to practice, but you also have to be smart, making sure that you can allow your guys to be fresh and kind of going into it. But it's a never-ending process of making sure that we can get those guys to the game, because we know when all 5 of those guys are out there together, good things are usually going to happen.
Hey, Joe, another cool fact here as we're getting set for the Super Bowl and the New England Patriots and that great story from 4 wins to now like 17 wins on the season. You guys are down 21-0 late in the year to them. Looking, I about ready to turn that damn game off. It was like, oh boy, the Patriots are rolling. Next thing you know, you guys come back and win that game at Foxborough 35-31 after being down 21-0. Boy, I'll tell you, I thought that might be the turning point, but I do want to ask you about the Patriots and how good and the quick turnaround they've had. You've seen it up close as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, Coach Vrabel's obviously done an incredible job. They did a really good job in free agency last year, spent a lot of money and hit on a lot of guys, right? And, Coach McDaniels did a great job, developing, having that top pick, that quarterback playing at such a high level. And as you know, right, in football, when you string together a couple wins and you taste success, and you go into every game feeling confident, and, you can see that by the way that they play.
Hey, Joe, I got to ask you, 36 years old, man, it's your show now. No longer the coordinator and have a little fun. And, hey, the head coach wants us to get this done. Now you're the guy. Have you thought about rules and regulations and do you change relationships with guys? Because today's game, as I'm finding out down here watching it, it's no longer the Don Shula days. And you've heard all the stories, Joe. It's not like that, my way or the highway anymore. So how do you treat it as a first-time head coach, a young one?
Well, look, it's a unique situation, right? Because I've been in the building, but it's important for the people in the building to know that it's not just Sean McDermott out, Joe Brady in, and business is as usual. And it's also not, hey, Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, and now we got an offensive head coach. Like, no, I'm the head football coach, and it's important that I grow those relationships with our defensive guys and understand there's a bunch of different ways to communicate and to coach and to hold people accountable. But you also, nowadays, they got to know that you care about them. And it's really no different back in the day, but like even back when I was in Everglades High School, I wasn't smart enough to know that even if they didn't care about me, they told me to run, I was going to run. Where now they want to know that you care. And so it's important to establish the relationships, but you also got to be hard on them at the same time. But in order to do that, I do think they got to know how much you value them and how much you care about them, and knowing kind of what makes them tick. And so it's unique, but there's nowhere else I wanted to be. A South Florida guy, being the head football coach of the Buffalo Bills. I'm loving life right now.
Hey, Joe, I think it's great, and the family's still down here in South Florida, right? You got everybody still down here, right?
Yep, there's gonna be some more flags and some more Buffalo Bills gear rolling around there, man. So my apologies to that.
Hey, there can't be any more. It's impossible. Stop. All right, that was too much right there. Hey, before I let you go though, hey man, congratulations, and it's been unbelievable. You've done it through the college thing. You've worked your way up to this opportunity. It wasn't handed to you. You had to go out and earn it and everything else. And I just think it's really cool. I know you got another interview to do, but thank you so much, Joe. And we'll see you soon.
No, Joe, I appreciate it. Look, I listened to you my entire life growing up. If you would have told me, look, the same week I get to be a head coach, but one day growing up, I get to be on the Joe Rose Show, or shoot, I would have loved to be able to talk to Mad Dog, right? And so getting an opportunity to pop on with you guys, man, it's the young boy in me, man, is loving life, man. So I appreciate you guys. Nothing but love for your show and how you guys represent South Florida, and would love to get on again someday.
You got it. Hey, Joe, thanks. Good luck with everything. I know it's the league that never sleeps, brother. Go get them.
I appreciate you, Joe, man. I'll talk to you, bud.
All right. Joe Brady, the Bills head coach, joining us this morning. Talk a little bit from Everglades High School right here in South Florida. Coach Joe Burrow, LSU, one of the great teams. Man, he's off. Nice resume, and we'll see how that thing goes, man. That's going to be fun to watch and see what happens up there with the Buffalo Bills. We got to go to break here. We got 8 o'clock hour coming up. Clayton McCulla, Marlins manager, is going to join us coming up early 8 o'clock hour. That's right. Baseball's right around the corner, man. We've been telling you, baseball is just about here, man. Fan Fest, and then, hey, they'll be up in Jupiter, pitchers, catchers, full squad, and here we go. But right now, I want to talk to you about something else, man. Something else. Valentine's Day, Woody, coming up. I know you're very romantic, Woody. You were telling me how romantic you were, and I was like, yeah, man. Oh, yeah, she knows that. She's expecting something nice from Beverly's Jewelers. Boy, I'll tell you what. Beverly's Jewelers, Valentine's Day, it's one of the big ones to get engaged. I want to let you know they've got a stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond, VVS clarity, E-color, set in a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring for just $3,999. That's right, $3,999. It is spectacular. Yeah, come on. What's the catch here? What the catch is, you need to go in and see it in person and then tell me, because there's a reason. They're selling like crazy. And you want to get something a little bigger, a little bit more, you can do that as well. Hey, they got a great offer right now for you for a limited time. If you're interested in that diamond engagement ring, go after it. But hey, whatever it is you're looking for, Valentine's Day, diamond studs, tennis bracelets, necklaces, earrings, they got it all for you. They got something for everybody within your price range. That's what Beverly's Jewelry has been about. I've been going there for 36 years now, 36 years. And I want to let you know, man, Jeff, Amanda, and the family are going to take really good care of you when you go in there. Beverly's pays top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment. Plus, you can enjoy interest-free financing, free gift wrapping, great staff, professional staff to help you get exactly what you need. Visit Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale or online at bevjewelers.com. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
2 a.m. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
We're just going to forge ahead until we conquer it. It is frustrating. It's disappointing. I see the potential, with our team. I really do. But that ability to, sustain or have a game and get a quality win and then do it again and then rinse and repeat and do it again. That's what all the very good teams are able to do. Is they're just more consistent in the approach and the game. The game it should be more consistent to the identity night in, night out.
Heat coach Eric Spoelstra there. Before we get back to it, I'll let you know we are going to have Heat tickets to give away in the 9 o'clock hour. So we'll do that for you again in the 9 o'clock hour here today. But, Joe, back-to-back days. We played Kachuk yesterday. We played Spo today. And kind of defeated sounding people in our sound bites here.
Well, listen, the good news is having those guys back last night was just brought back. We're getting to do that. That's our thing. We bring back the oldies but goodies, man, and great memories. That was a great one, that 2006 championship NBA run that they had. That was it for Pat Riley, if I'm not mistaken, right? Pat took over the head coaching job, and they went on this run and fell behind in the finals and just played great. They're all talking about it. What a group, man. You almost forget, right? UD and Gary Payton sitting there next to Shaq last night and Zoe and D Wade. And it was great. It was good to see all the guys, all the key reserves and, specialists that they had and everything. They just putting it all together. And then, like you said, Woody, earlier, D Wade just had one of the great runs. Those finals, what he averaging, I think, 35, 34. He had some.
Whatever he did in Game 3 was
whatever he did was
he
Michael. It was Michael Jordan like. It was great.
The Mavs got their revenge. What was that?
By the way,
10 years later.
So you told me those jackets. I said those jackets are nice this morning.
Out,
Oh, they're gone, Joe. They
were
sold
$575 and they were sold out.
Sold like they were $20 a piece. Amazing.
Guess we'll be seeing a lot of people wearing those around town.
Anyway, hey, and you saw all those guys, and some of those guys were a little bit out of their prime at the time, but man, just some of the greats, man, some really, really good players, just excellent. That group they put together, the way it came together, and Pat Riley, just you could tell he really, really enjoyed himself last night. So had that, and then had the game, and just never had a good feel about that game last night. From scored quickly, but Hawks just took it over and did pretty much what they want, including 21 threes last night compared to the Heat's 8 for 32. They were 21 for 50. And so we got trade deadline coming up tomorrow, 3 o'clock. So the team, they're going to have to sit back and watch this and then catch a plane and play Boston on Friday. And then we got the Panthers. Speaking of Boston, they got the Bruins. They've lost 4 straight games, got a big one tonight. And then, of course, after that game, there's going to be no time to rest because they're going to head to Tampa Bay for back-to-back games before the start of the break. And it's going to be a long NHL break, the Winter Olympic break. 21 days between games, Woody, 21 days. Now, I know they're going to be back a little bit to get some practice in and stuff. And hey, maybe it's good. Maybe some guys can get some rest. But we got a lot of guys playing in the Olympics. We got a lot of guys. Got a few guys playing for Canada. Kachuk's obviously playing for United States. We got some other guys. So it's going to be a fun Winter Olympics. But
I still find this bizarre.
I do. It is. It is.
I know we got into it with the Four Nations thing, and it was fun. Like, I don't want to be negative about it because it was a lot of fun to watch, but it's very strange when you have a professional sports league, the top league in the world, and you got guys killing each other in the middle of the season.
So can I tell you something? those guys want to do this. You know,
I
game,
know. It's not that they don't want to do it.
Actually, I always wonder if the truth be known when the GM and head coach get together and they kind of have their meetings. You know, all right, we're on a break here, and what are you thinking? And I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Our guys going to play out of their friggin' minds trying to win a gold medal for their country, and I hope nobody gets hurt. And we already got guys banged up, so yeah.
It's just like hockey seems to me like the only American league that will let that fly.
Well,
could you imagine? Like, we can't even get NBA players to do the dunk contest because they're scared.
They're scared of what?
I guess getting hurt.
That's not it.
Well, I don't know what else they'd be afraid of, why they don't do it, but
partially
nevertheless,
and
they don't want to play in the All-Star game. Like, could you imagine if the NBA paused for 2 weeks and they were going to go play, you know, like a playoff type tournament?
Well, they're out of season, so it works for
it's in the
them.
summer.
Takes away a little vacation time, but
if the NFL paused in the middle of the season, they're like, we're going to run a little tournament here.
No, it's a very unique situation.
And those games are physical as hell, man. Those hockey games.
We got some guys not playing in the World Baseball Classic because they couldn't get their contracts insured.
Yeah, well,
and I got to tell you
contracts
something.
have gotten a little nutty in baseball.
Those World Baseball Classic games.
Yeah, they're cool.
We're
gonna be down here. Be fun.
It's a great event. It's one of the best events we have now. If you're a baseball junk and you want it different, it's not your normal baseball game. If you go to one of those games, but yeah, you got Dominican. You know how crazy they love their baseball. Puerto Rico. Oh my gosh, you just go through Venezuela. Japan is crazy about their baseball, and by the way, have a very good team now. All of a sudden, I'll tell you what. How about that World Baseball Classic? That Japanese pitching staff. That's not bad. All of a sudden, all these great Japanese pitchers are coming over here, and really friggin' good.
Yeah, but you're giving a lot of these baseball players are getting what, $500 million contracts, $250 million contracts. Can you imagine you invest that and a guy gets hurt playing something that?
I'd be salty.
I mean, that's a problem.
So,
like, it's that's a real problem.
You got to move up all this, especially for the arms. You got to move up, however, the whole thing you go through to get your arm ready for opening day.
What if Ohtani throws his arm out playing in this thing?
We've had some guys get hurt. We've had some guys get hurt in the World Baseball Classic. He haven't been ready for the start of the season. And I'm sure when you're paying a guy $20 or $30 million a year on the low end, you're not real happy.
I think Ohtani's making $100 million a year. What do you tell the Dodgers?
No,
tough luck.
Ohtani's is backloaded. He can make some stupid money at the end of this contract. Right now, they're getting a bargain. Like the Dodgers aren't really showing what they're spending, but they're going to pay. They're going to pay when he's in his mid to late 30s.
Contract.
Yeah, that thing all of a sudden, that thing's going to get real expensive for sure.
I'm guessing he'll still be playing at a high level towards the end of that thing, though. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy's going to have that big drop off.
Well, first of all, these guys stay in unbelievable shape. All of them. All these sports now. These guys have figured it out, man. And because of that, 30's okay. 31, 32's okay. You're not afraid to give guys contracts because, again, everybody's taking better care of themselves. They got off the cigarettes and the beer and all the other stuff that used to go on. Hey, we got Clayton McCulla going to join us, Marlins manager. We're going to talk to him, man. I can't believe it. Fan Fest is this Saturday. And before you know it, man, pitchers, catchers, full squad, games, and then we're opener will be here before you know it. It's all right around the corner for you. So anyway, before we get to all that with the skipper, we're going to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Hey, man, you own a home. You got credit card debt, and you're upside down. You got some serious problems. You'd like to consolidate all that debt and get it paid off because the interest rates are so friggin' high. How about behind in property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments, and liens? A lot of people are going through that. Michael Kotze can clean that up for you. Reverse mortgages. If you and your spouse are 62 or older and you have a lot of equity in the home, hey, man, what are you doing? You need bills you need to pay off. You want to put some money away, you can do it. The reverse mortgage, Michael Kotze, one of the many specialties he has with that great service you're going to get is to get that done. First-time homebuyer programs with very little money down. He's doing that for you. Michael Kotze's got some great programs for everybody in every situation right now that we've been telling people about that he can take care of for you. And don't wait for all the people, I want to let you know, Michael Kotze is going to get you the best rates. He's going to get you approved no matter what. Debt consolidation. Michael Kotze is a guy to go to. He has been for a long time. He's been in business here in South Florida for 30 years. The man has no life. He's always working 7 days a week. You can call or text him. 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms are subject to change. Daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
Hurricane Tickets on sale now at Rendash Fest.
Right out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale. One location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
Woody, I can't believe it. It's about baseball time. Can you believe that, man? We are ready to go. We got Marlins Fan Fest this Saturday, 4 to 8 o'clock. By the way, if you don't go out, it's going to be a cool day. It's free, and we're going to get into all the stuff. But right now, Clayton McCulla, the Marlins manager, joins us. Clayton, good morning, man. How you doing?
Joe, I'm doing great. Good to hear from you again.
Yeah, thank you, and it's great to have you. Hey, how about last year, man? 79 and 83, almost got it back to 500 with injuries, with guys looking good, more guys coming up, and just found out. And you know, I look at it now. You got to look at a lot of guys, a lot of your top minor leaguers or guys that got to play a full season or close to it, that got 200, 300, 400 at bats. You got a little better feel coming back that it's not just all open competition, and you got a pretty good idea who might be starting for you now?
For sure. I mean, this time, right now compared to this time last year, I mean, it feels like, two separate worlds, to be honest. But I think, Joe, as you mentioned, we're very proud of how we finished the season. I'm certainly proud of our group, how they hung in there and played it out till the end and made things really interesting. And we have more clarity, I believe, going into camp this year than probably last year. And a lot of that is, just having a year under our belt for a lot of our staff returning, and certainly some players that we all got to see make impacts for our club last year. And the exciting part is we feel like we have a lot of room to grow with those players, as well as the ones that are, coming to compete. So there'll still be quite a bit of competition in camp, which is healthy.
Yeah.
But we do feel, we feel very solid about the group that was able to, make a mark last season.
Hey, Clayton, I always wonder because you have some more top prospects that are going to be knocking on the door, getting a chance to come up. You must really be looking forward to, because I'm guessing a lot of them you really haven't seen until they're going to be in your lineup maybe at times during spring training. Is that a fun part for you to see some new faces in new places?
For sure, it is. And you know that for a lot of them, or the ones that it's their first major league spring training, the excitement that comes along with that. And, a guy like Kemp Alderman, who wins our minor league player of the year coming into camp. And certainly, the Thomas Whites and Robbie Snelling and Joe Max get a lot of attention, and rightly so. Like, they're very talented, and we're excited for them. And then, a guy like Josh White last year, who strikes out the world, coming in now on the 40-man, some players that we were able to acquire this offseason, someone like an Owen Casey. So it is always fun to get a chance. You read about players in our minor league system throughout the season and check on how they're doing, or you hear from other staff members that travel around. But to get a chance to spend some time with them on a more personal level, watch them get a chance to go compete, be around our group, those that, we believe they're going to be their teammates in the near future. Spring training is a really fun, optimistic time.
Kyle Stowers was just on fire before his injury. I mean, right through some of the best we playing as well as anybody in baseball around that All-Star time, a little bit before into the All-Star break there. He was just unbelievable. And then he gets injured and misses a lot of games. You feel like you're kind of building around him now that you've seen the confidence, the power, all the things that he did last year.
Yeah, for sure. We view Kyle as a building block and a key piece for what we have going on right now. And I mean, what he did on the field, how he performed, in particular offensively, I don't know if any of us saw that in spring training last year. But testament to Kyle. And I think the other part, Joe, the great thing about Kyle is what we're about and what we're trying to build here. He's all about the right things. I mean, he wants to win. He cares about his teammates. He's going to, lean into the things that are important to us behind the scenes as well, which I think is critical for some of your best players to be bought in on, how we're going to operate.
Hey, I tell you, a nice tease was Ramirez, the catcher, came in with the power numbers. I guess part of it is defensively for him to kind of catch up. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Where does he fit in? I know you mentioned Joe Mack as well, a catcher now. What's your thought on this whole catching situation with how it might play out, Coach?
Yeah, Joe, I believe that Augustine is going to be able to catch, and there's certainly room for much improvement. And I think Augustine has taken that in this offseason, been very, very diligent with how he's been approaching his work and understanding that he needs to get better there, but he wants to do it. That's a big part of this. Augustine wants to catch. Myself, our group believes in him and his ability to do that. And, because what he can do offensively, and you think about that position and his ability to hit for power, it's a rare combination. And everyone's searching for someone behind the plate that can provide the type of offense that we know that he showed last year, that we think is only going to get better. And, to be able to stay behind the plate and catch, is a big thing. And so I'm excited for Augustine because probably we talk a lot about young players, Joe, and coming up to the major leagues and trying to adjust. But I think the catching position is probably the most demanding, not only, physically, but also mentally. And Gus was able to take a lot of things head on last year that I believe are going to be very valuable for him as he, comes into year two. And, we're counting on him.
You got another guy kind of came in a little bit later, but man, it just seemed like every night he was on fire. Jacob Marcy. What's your thoughts going into camp with him?
Yeah, Jacob is such a good baseball player. I think what he's able to. He can play center field. He runs the bases very well. He's aggressive. He controls the strike zone. He was a real spark for us there when he came up in August, and so Jacob's another young player that will still have adjustments to be made as the league starts to, pay more attention and figure it out. But this guy is a very hard worker, and a lot like Kyle and many of our other players, Joe. He is he just wants to win. He wants to win, and he wants the Marlins, to win. Like he wants it to happen here. So for a young player, I think he's, what he brings to us on the field, but also some of the leadership qualities that he has is going to be very important for us as we move forward.
Besides talking about everyday players, how about the pitching staff with Alcantara, Perez, Garrett, and a healthy Meyer potentially coming back? How do you feel about your rotation in the arms that you're taking to camp this year?
Yeah, I feel good about it. Like you can never have enough pitching. Like, everyone will say that, but I had a chance yesterday. Joe drove down, saw Sandy and Yuri throw bullpens. And I think when everyone gets a chance to look at Yuri and physically how he's changed this offseason, he looks great. He's put on some really good weight. He's more solid. He got to have a normal offseason this year and move past the rehab. So he's in a great spot. He's excited. Sandy, is Sandy. He's just the consummate professional. And I think we all believe that what we saw the last 12, 14 starts is certainly more indicative of, Sandy than, the early season coming off of the long time away. So those two guys for sure. Braxton has had a great offseason. He's chomping at the bit. He's throwing live to hitters already. So, he'll have to get back into competition. And I think we'll all just, we're all pulling for him because you miss that amount of time. Getting back on a major league mound is a big deal. And then you mentioned Max Meyer, and certainly we saw what Max is capable of early on in the season last year. Unfortunate that, he had to miss a big chunk of the year, but he's another guy that's had a great offseason. Physically, he's changed his body. He's healthy. So very exciting to have, those guys and others coming into camp this year to compete for innings.
I felt for Alcantara last year, knowing he was coming off the Tommy John, and it was a slow process, and he just been so dominant. But his patience, I don't know what it was like behind closed doors, but to see him finally, as you said, at the end, towards the end of the year, he started looking more like the guy we're kind of used to seeing and staying around and just seemed like, and again, unless there's a bunch of junk going on behind the scenes in the clubhouse, he just seems like, as you said, such a professional guy considering, he could have walked in and said, get me out of here. This is not what I signed up for. He just doesn't seem like that's his personality.
Not at all. I mean, Sandy, I had a ton of respect for Sandy as a competitor prior to having a chance to manage him. But as you mentioned, watching and being around him last year every day, and he he just goes every day, puts his hard hat on, and goes to work. And when you set a bar as high as Sandy has set, not only like he's the face of our franchise, like he's got hardware, and to struggle like he did, and in all fairness to him, like you said, he missed a ton of time, and it's not easy to jump back onto a major league mound and have your command and everything. And everyone is, it's different. And he just hung in there. He kept looking for ways to figure it out. He kept looking for ways to get better. And then when everything started to come together towards the middle, part of the season, get into August, I think, we saw a lot of, he never quit. He never made excuses. And for the rest of our group to see someone that's had the type of success that he's had in this league, to struggle, but to hang in there and just keep, putting one foot in front of the other every day and looking for solutions, it's hard to measure the impact that has.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Hey, Clayton, I got to ask you this. I always wonder, especially because we have so many still really good prospects that probably won't make the team right away. They'll have to go down, but at some point you feel like they're going to get their chances. How's the coordination work with the minor league system and you being able to keep up? Because you got to focus on your team every day, the guys in the dugout with you, and still keep an eye on everything going on. And are you allowed to, like, hey, how's this guy? I really liked him during spring training. How's he doing? I'd love to bring him up. How's the coordination work with that whole thing?
That's a great question, Joe. We feel very good. Our group has worked incredibly hard to try to have as much alignment from our major league operations in Miami all the way through our academy in the Dominican. And a lot of that testament is a lot of our leadership and player development, certainly members of our front office. But we have a lot of our key stakeholders that are in and around Miami a lot, and certainly members of the front office, but also our pitching director, Bill Heasel, our hitting director, Joe Migliaccio, like they're around a lot. And, it is opportunity. Hey, how's so-and-so getting along? What's it looking like? And I think we just all enjoy talking shop, and we have a lot invested in not only, our players, but our entire operation here. So we do try as best as we can, Joe, to have a little bit of an ear to the ground of what's going on, but also, most of the attention day to day is on the 26 we have there and trying to figure out how to win that night's game.
Yeah. I always wonder because it's right. You got your team in Jupiter and you got double and triple A and word. Hey, last night, oh my God, Johnny hit 3 home runs down there. He did it again tonight. Holy smokes! Yeah. All right. Hey, I guess you're getting updates that way, huh? Sometimes while you're out on the field, and hey, you ought to have seen what John did last night in Jacksonville. Holy crap! It's great.
What was fun last year was the success Jacksonville was having, and they're making that playoff push, and they're going, they end up winning the championship. But our guys, I remember during one of our pregame meetings, they were interested and invested in hey, how's Jacksonville doing? So I think, when things get like that, even the guys, because a lot of them were former teammates or the guys that had been on our team that were down there. So I think everyone here is invested in the Marlins as a whole, continuing to flourish and get better. So it's a cool thing.
Well, I got to tell you, man, if there's anything like last year, like you said, it was fun right till the end, man. And considering everything and what you've been able to do, and it all kicks off with FanFest presented by ADT. It's a really great opportunity for fans to meet Clayton and his favorite players, and autographs and photos and casual conversation. It's really a great day for the fans. It's free, including free parking to go out there. And you're going to be talking to the fans as well at the State of the Marlins at 6:30 for a recap of the offseason and preview what's ahead with all the stuff and a lot more from some of our fan base that'll be going out there. I hope everybody's going to be able to take the whole family out there and say hello to everybody. Season ticket members get up front seating and get to ask questions during the segment as well. So it really is a great time. I know you guys look forward to it. You got a bunch of young players, I'm sure, really enjoy getting to see the fans out there.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for that plug. It is. And we're excited about FanFest. And, I hope we get a great turnout. And it's a wonderful opportunity to get up and close with our players and get some autographs and, have some conversations. So we're all incredibly excited about this weekend and having FanFest and getting a chance to see our fans again in Lone Depot as we inch closer to spring training in the season.
Clayton, thank you, man. I appreciate you finding time to do this before it starts getting a little crazy with your job. So thank you very much for coming on.
Of course, Joe. Thanks for having me.
All right. Clayton McCulla, Marlins manager, joining us. I think he did a great job, man. I mean, just a great job with everything, with young guys. A bunch of them got hurt. Some had to go back down, bringing more guys up, and just pushing all the right buttons there to get the most out of this team, really. Just unbelievable job. Just great stuff. Hey, we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. So, and by the way, while we're at about the Marlins, I want to let you know that Ron McGill is going to be live at the ballpark as well for FanFest. That's right. How about that? Ron McGill live at the ballpark. You go, wait a second. Ron McGill from the zoo. And guess what? He's bringing his animal friends on site with him. Those are some of Ron's best friends. He's going to take the stage from 5:45 to 6:25, and trust me, the kids are going to love it, and so will the grown-ups. It's always fun. And the zoo is going to be coming to the Fan Fest. It's this Saturday, 4 to 8 p.m., and the best part is, as we said just now, it's free. So grab your free tickets now at marlins.com/fanfest and bring out the whole family to Lone Depot Park this Saturday.
WQAM brought
Welcome back, and good morning to everybody. A couple days away from the Super Bowl and the big Super Bowl party. Woody, what's one food that you're looking forward to? Because you get to my age and food becomes a lot more important and sex is not as important. So let me ask you, what's
Okay.
the food? I just want to tell you what's coming ahead.
You blindsided me with that.
Yeah, I know. Of course that's what I do. But
to be honest, I might use the grill this year. I'm very new to the grilling game. To be honest, has not been overly successful as of yet, but
can I tell you, I can't do it.
No,
I know some.
You're not a grill guy. Well, now I don't know that I can do it. I mean, everything I've made on there has been pretty poor.
I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way. So my wife does all the barbecue.
Yeah,
she gets out on that grill, man, and she goes. And
it's tough.
We got role reversal in the family. The neighbors will come over, a couple of handymen will come over and goes, "Your wife around?" I go, "Yeah, I'll go get her for you." They'll ask her questions about stuff she's doing. I go, "All right."
So the grill is off for you then on Super Bowl Sunday?
No, not unless
you
she
go
wants
pizza,
to grill.
Wings? What are you doing?
I'm probably going to hold off and do the pizza. I think I try not to eat too much pizza. I do love pizza now. There's certain things I could eat.
It's unhealthy, yes.
Yeah, I mean it's not everyday food.
No, it's not.
There are two foods that I could have every day.
I know you're a burger guy.
Love burgers. I love them.
Yeah, they're good.
Even if they're dry. We call them the airplane burgers during football season.
Yeah.
I go, man, I can't wait for the airplane burger. I said, all you need is extra mayonnaise and mustard, and it's great. You just got to put extra on there because they can get dry. They're sitting up there waiting for us.
I might have you over then because the burgers I made last time on that grill were, I mean, they were like
well
hockey
done.
pucks. Yeah, they were terrible.
Super well done.
Just terrible. And everyone's nice about it too.
No, well, because everybody, and that's the other thing. Well, it's a little raw in the middle there. I didn't know I was going to be eating a cow alive. And you're like, oh, man, why do you got to say it like that?
It's tough, man. It's tough to pick that up on your own. I watched a couple YouTube videos, but
I've got some people in my life, man. I've got some brother-in-laws that are just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everything they put out there on the barbecue is A+. They take pride in it. They can sit there and do it and talk the whole time.
So mine is like a half smoker, half grill, and I've tried to do like a brisket.
How do you do with that smoker part of that thing?
You just keep it like low heat, so it goes like 200, degrees, 220 or something like that. And I've tried to make like a full size brisket on there, and I've tried a couple times.
Yeah.
It's just been
some guys,
pretty
man,
rough.
and some guys, the guys that are good at it really like doing it. Obviously, that's the first. They grab a cold beer and they're out there and they're really into it. And but yeah, I think I'm going pizza for sure.
Yeah.
Probably chicken wings are going to be in there. Probably have those in there.
Gotta.
Little dip. Some chips. I'm not worried about my weight on Sunday.
No.
It could, yeah.
But we really do need to figure out this whole Monday after the Super Bowl thing. Like, for that to not be a national holiday is embarrassing.
But this game gets
someone was talking about making the Super Bowl on Saturday, which is, I mean, it's not a terrible idea.
It's got to be Super Bowl Sunday.
I know. It
It's
sounds
Super Bowl
better.
Sunday. You can't.
But
Super
I'd
Bowl
really
Saturday
like to have
doesn't
the day
work.
Off afterwards, though.
Saturday's your last day to hype it. And then, by the way, I mean, I shouldn't say that. NBC is going to start their coverage at about 6 a.m, start running old Super Bowls, and they'll run right through the day. And they're going to have a ton of features on every guy and everything else. How about Borregales kicking for the Patriots, by the way? How cool is that story? That's a really, really cool story.
We got a hot tip here, Joe.
What do you got?
We got the Flanagan's Flan Pack, 2 racks of ribs, 20 wings, fries, rolls, and sauce.
You know what?
$70.
We did Flanagan's last year or the year before. It was fantastic.
It always is. Yeah.
Flanagan's.
Very consistent.
We go to Sunrise Flanagan's, and I go to the Weston.
Okay.
There's a Weston.
There's one by my house. I don't know what city. That'd be at Pembroke
and
Pines,
that one's
maybe.
packed. Like I'd like to own that one in Weston. That thing is no parking. I mean that thing is doing great. So they've got that. The Flanagan's got that thing rolling really well right now.
That's a hot tip there. I like that.
Hot tip, but no,
their ribs are really. Are you a rib guy?
Love them.
Yeah, I
love everything. And you know what? They got a chicken Caesar. No, I know. I'm just saying it's
pass on a salad.
All right, probably not a great day for a salad on Super Bowl Sunday. I agree.
Definitely.
Probably a day to not to be telling my friends that grab a salad. They're overweight. Probably not that day. Leave that.
I'll take your word for it on the salads. I'm sure it's good.
Oh man, but
you the guy that goes to a sports bar and orders a salad? You're a healthy guy now.
No, you know better than that. Our guys sit around. This is our conversation. I don't want to say any of them, but let's just say everybody's over 63 or 64. Danny being the youngest of the group. So it goes like, all right, we're getting ready to order lunch or dinner, and we're the same 5 guys sitting there eating again for like the 50th time in the last 3 or 4 months. So we're going, all right, and somebody always says, I think I'm going to stay away from meat tonight. I go, not me. Because they'll go, you guys going to go with that filet, or you going to go with this fish is just delicious? And I go,
fish in a steakhouse, huh?
No. Either place.
Okay.
I mean, they got.
But the salads are really good at those high-end steakhouses, like the Caesar salads. Let's go like as an appetizer, though.
Salad becomes secondary, brother.
I know. But have you been to those places where they make the salad in front of you? You ever been to one of those?
No.
Pretty cool. You want some more hot tips, by the way? Do you want another one?
Yeah, what else? It's a little early in the week. I was going to do a Friday, but yeah, what else? By the way, the Flanagans.
You can't do it Friday. Why are you such a last-minute guy?
Flanagans.
Everything you do is last minute.
Flanagan.
Like
Flanagans. I love the Flanagans idea.
Yeah, and you're going to show up. What does the game kick at 6? You're going to show up at 5:30 on Sunday.
No, we'll get
your big to-go order.
She will tell me, if you're going to order, you better order early. But by the way, that's a great call, Flanagan's
rib rolls. Someone said yes, those are good. 561 says Okeechobee Prime Meat Market in West Palm caters smoked wings once a year for the Super Bowl.
Ooh, interesting. I know where that place is.
Okay,
I know exactly where that place is too. That place must be really good. Oh, sounds good. What else we have?
We got moved President's Day to Monday after the Super Bowl. I don't know when President's Day is. Do we get off that day?
Which day?
President's Day?
I don't know. I don't know anymore. I have no idea. I truly don't. I do know that
you haven't been good on company holidays taking off.
No. NBA trade deadline.
That's coming up tomorrow.
That's a big one. All right, Woody. I got to ask you, man. We're jumping on a Wednesday. Tomorrow's the final day, and Pat had his fun with his guys last night. Now it's time to get back to business. Do they make a deal or not? And by the way, maybe they're just all getting teased. Maybe Milwaukee's already made up their mind. They're going to wait and hold them till the offseason. I don't think that makes sense.
You're asking me if I think we have Giannis as a member of the Heat on Thursday at 3:00.
Yep, ship out a bunch of young dudes.
If I was betting, I would say no.
Okay.
I mean,
what about John Morant? Now they're saying John Morant's still in play for us.
If I was betting on any of this, I would say that the Heat are not going to make any kind of significant move. Just my gut feeling that, I'm hopeful, but
and I could see how they're going to say that. It'll be a little bit of a takeoff. Do you have that Spo? Can you
from last night where he was frustrated?
No, the Spo. Yeah, about the guys, and he believes in them and he sees them play and all that stuff from last night. Can you play that one more time for us, if you would?
We're just going to forge ahead until we conquer it. It is frustrating. It's disappointing. I see the potential, with our team. I really do. But that ability to, sustain or have a game and get a quality win and then do it again and then rinse and repeat and do it again. That's what all the very good teams are able to do, is they're just more consistent in the approach and the game. The game it should be more consistent to the identity night in, night out.
So they're not a consistent team. There's no doubt about it. They're a roller coaster. They got two personalities. They got some great wins against some really good teams. And
I just base my opinion on the fact that they've seemed to be very hesitant to deal some of their guys.
Yeah, but how long are we going to hear about?
Yeah, well, they seem to like them more than we do.
Potential.
I'm just telling. Like, again, you asked me my thought. Like, if I was betting on it, I feel like the Heat really like their guys. I mean, they seem very hesitant to deal.
Well, they're not going to throw them under the bus. They're not.
No, but they just in general they seem hesitant to deal some of these guys. So I don't foresee them.
I guess my big question
cleaning
is
house to bring in Giannis. But
what's going to be the upside of all these guys? We could do this breakdown of every guy
I don't
there.
think there is any upside, but
I can tell you who the two best young guys are by far: Jaime Jaquez and Pelle Larsson.
Yeah, but those guys are certainly dealable. But at the end of the day, it's not our decision.
No, and Spo knows a lot more than I do about his
They can't
team
be
and
reckless
coaching.
either, right? You can't be reckless. You can't give away the entire
No,
team
that makes
and
no
draft
sense.
picks and
Where you got Bam and Giannis playing by themselves out there going, who the hell are these guys? We didn't know we're signed up for the G League.
have to hit the parks.
Anyway,
Find more
hit the
bodies,
parks, right?
Warm bodies.
Go to call Omar, where all the defensive backs, and see if they can find some shooters over there as well while they're looking for some cover corners.
Omar's been going to all the Heat games lately, man. Maybe he's got a good
Has he been going?
Oh yeah, he loves it there.
He doesn't seem like a basketball guy when I talk to him.
I don't think he pays attention to the games.
Oh.
I just think he goes. President's Day, February 16th, by the way, Joe.
All right. Thank you.
It's Max's birthday. So we'll take off that day, all right?
How old's Max going to be?
4.
Oh, got out of those terrible twos. I didn't know if I was going to get out of there, Woody, with that.
Yeah, threes were rough too.
Hey, I'm talking about your kid.
I know. No, the threes were rough. It's all been rough.
Oh,
Hopefully 4 is better.
I knew you weren't going to get two kids exactly alike. You got the first one that sits there and acts like he's 25 watching sporting events, and he's left alone, and you don't have to worry about him. And my daughter comes over and goes, I've never seen anything like it. He sits and he knows everything about these teams. He's just sitting there watching. He doesn't want to be bothered with anything. Leave me alone. I don't need a beer, he said. And then you got the other guy, and he's making sure it all evens out.
He's active, yeah.
Yeah, he's active. Yeah. I go, Woody, is there something wrong with Max? He goes, no, he's like this every night.
Yeah. He's always screaming in the background.
I wake up, I go, honey, Max is out of control. He's a lunatic.
He's calming down, hopefully.
You know I'm just kidding.
I know. Hopefully he's calming down.
Don't tell your wife I was just
We got him in
joking.
T-ball now, so
maybe
we need him to get the energy out.
You think he's got the sports bug like his brother or no?
Yeah, he loves it.
All right, good.
Yeah.
All right, hey, listen, we got to go to break. Got 9 o'clock hour. Made myself hungry. Got all fired up here this morning talking about all that food. Then, boy, I'll tell you what. There's something that happens on Super Bowl Sunday where you just keep eating and you're going, all right, this is not the day I want to hear about it. And everybody goes, I agree. Let's just eat.
I think it's the drinking. That's not great when it comes to overeating,
cut
right?
Back on the.
You haven't cut back on anything. Who are you kidding?
Yes, I do. All right, I want to tell you about Chill Zone. Oh, Melissa, Chill Zone AC. I just want to talk to everybody out there that's had a bad experience with an air conditioning company. You don't get the service you want, or they just kind of throw it back like that's on you. Not just something you're going, oh, I'll never go there again. Oh, I've seen it, man. I've seen it. Well, I want to tell you, Chill Zone AC, Melissa over there, the president, is going to answer the phone, going to take care of everything you need, whether you need a new air conditioning unit, you need the installation or repairs, or even duct cleaning. They do it all over there at Chill Zone AC. Hey, man, Chill Zone AC is the big dogs on their way, and they're going to show you a different way to do it. Yeah, as in great communication, being reliable, doing a good job, being on time, and serving Dade and Broward County. And by the way, as far as that goes, it goes all over South Florida, so you don't have to worry about that. They're doing it all for you, covering Tampa to Key Largo with great service and just doing it the family way, the right way. And they want to let you know everybody gets treated the same with great service and really good people that have been with them for a long, long time. That's what I can tell you about Chill Zone AC. And I just want to say this: the next time you get frustrated with your air conditioning company that you're with, like, oh my God, I'm not putting up with this again. It wasn't supposed to be like that. Now you've done this, you've done that. Hey, you won't have to worry about that with Chill Zone AC. Starting with the woman that answers the phone. Yep, Melissa's going to take great care of you. Call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQM. Joe Rose is saying really nice things about Melissa because it's true. ChillZoneAC.com and learn more. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning today.
Today's topics are
on.
It was not Dwayne Wade.
Okay.
He was there last night.
Well, they're all there last night,
Yeah, I
Jerky.
suppose, yeah.
Come on.
Did you see Shaq? I guess he'd promised Dwayne and UD Bentleys, and he drove the little toy cars onto the court last night.
He did.
Pretty funny.
Oh, that's funny. Hey, they had fun, man. It was great having all those guys back. It's a big part of our sports, what they've done down here, and Shaq and Zoe, D. Wade, UD, Gary Payton, the rest of them. I hate leaving guys out when you do that, but it was even great behind seeing some of the other guys behind the scenes, and then Pat Riley just looked like he was just having a blast last night. He was at a point he didn't even care about how bad his basketball team was in the first and second half. It was like, I don't even care. Tonight's about our guys and what we accomplish. As we know, no matter what kind of team you have, it's hard to win championships.
So we're going to take caller, whoever gets this one first, actually. We'll go 305-567-0560.
And the question again?
Clinching shot there in that game 3. Who hit the big shot at the end?
Oh, man.
And I will tell you that looks like the Bucks are sending counter offers now. That's the latest reporting.
Well, they've been on that for, that apparently has been going. Hey, they've got a little more than a day left. Got till 3 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow to get something going. And then I hope we're not getting teased. I hope everybody doesn't fall out of this deal. No, we're just going to keep them. Like, oh, my God, what a tease. Spent all this friggin' time, everybody talking about this and hoping it was going to be us, and New York's hoping it's them. All these teams hoping they have a chance to look at. He would clearly, not even close, be the best player on this team and get one of those special players that, hey, to be honest, they've always had one of those guys when they win a championship. Usually more than one, actually. But to have a big guy underneath there that can score and do all the things that Giannis could do would be great. I don't need to tell everybody that. They all know that. Hell, they were chanting for it last night while everybody was there. So anyway, hey, we've got a lot more. James Harden going to the Cavs, 25.5 points per game this year. I got to give him credit, man. I thought Vegas was going to chew that dude up, but he's gotten his game back and got traded to the Cavs, and we'll see what happens there. See if he can make some big shots when it counts. Not one of his strengths, James Harden hitting big shots in big games in the playoffs.
I hear you talking about James Harden, the greatest fantasy basketball player of all time. One of the worst all-time real-life players. We're talking about 2006, by the way.
Yeah.
With this trivia question. It's not Ray Allen.
No, I know.
Well, we've had multiple people now guess Ray Allen, so it is, for all these people on hold, it is not Ray Allen.
It was a great rebound, actually, offensive rebound by Chris Bosh out to Ray Allen.
Yeah, but that was 7 years later.
No, I know. No, it had nothing to do. Different teams. That was a big 3. This was the first. This was the first in 06, what they did. Had some great teams, though. Timmy and Zoe, and then Shaq and D. Wade and Zoe and UD. I mean, geez, just some really, really fun basketball team. That thing last night, man, was great having them out there. Feisty Gary Payton and all those personnel. The stories must have just been unbelievable. Stories of what went on that year with everything, including Pat Riley taking over as a head coach, coming back, jumping in that, and they got it done. Won a championship, man. Just a amazing story for South Florida. Hey, man, Panthers got a big one tonight. They got back-to-back games here before Winter Olympics and the 3-week break here. Boston, and then right from that game tonight at home, they go to Tampa Bay. And, boy, 4 straight losses cannot turn into 6 straight losses. Got to get some wins. Matthew Tkachuk has talked about it. Other guys, like, we got to win some of these close games. We've got to do what we usually do, find ways to win, and it just hasn't happened. Now, in the bigger picture, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about this Panthers thing going on. I don't want to hear anybody. I want to get them going and love to see them somehow get in the playoffs, which it's getting more difficult every day, and I understand that. But I really don't want to hear anybody complain about why not. I mean, hey, They win for it. They signed all the guys that they needed to. They brought back the friggin' team from last year. Most of the core guys are back. I mean, I lost some other guys, but secondary guys. They brought all their key guys back, signed them all. The one thing you can't control hit this team, injuries, starting with Barkov. And anybody that starts to try to come out and second guess that they made a mistake, I just disagree. Hey, man, they're going for it. They believed it. They've actually got some great seasons from some guys they re-signed. But they had some guys get hurt. And the Barkov one is a double stinger, man. It's no question about it. But I don't want to hear second guessing, well, they should have had better vision and gone here or gone there or got some different. No. Ran them back. Guys had great chemistry. They had proven guys they signed that had great playoff run. Bennett being one of them. They brought him back. You bring that guy back every day of the week. So I don't want to hear anybody complaining about the injury bug. It hit him. They may not get there. And you know what? I hope they run it back again next year with all the guys back.
We got a winner, by the way, for the tickets.
What'd you get?
Ralph from Pembroke Pines took the tickets.
That's my.
We had two more Ray Allens before him.
Yeah, they weren't listening.
Or they just didn't watch the game last night and see that he wasn't part of the thing. Ralph made a good point. Said the team was there last night. Ray Allen obviously not a part of that.
No.
Do you know who it was? Who hit that shot?
No, I have no idea.
Gary Payton, remember?
Oh, my God.
Remember? They passed it out to him. He hit the shot with like 10 seconds left.
I don't remember. I remember D-Wade taking the ball and throwing it up for some reason. I remember.
That was in the
that
was in the clinching game, though. That was in the final game. This is game 3.
Oh, game
question.
3. Oh, I'm sorry. See, I wasn't listening either.
Good for you.
Since you paid attention so much of that season and remember so much about it.
I was at game 3. So yeah, we sat in the last row of the upper deck.
We went to every game of every series. I saw some great games. Listen,
that was as a fan. I went to that one. I was in college.
The Heat gave us some great stuff. Some great put together, some great teams. Just fun to watch.
What's your favorite all-time run for a team down here? What was the best one you've been involved in?
Boy, the 4 years with the Big Three, period.
But it's got to be one. It's got to be a title run.
One year.
1 year, one title run. That Marlins sticks
thing,
out too. That was pretty.
Marlins coming way back from the wild card to win it all.
Yeah,
that was ranked right up there. Yeah,
that was good.
But the Panthers 8 seed run through it. Had to play everybody. That's got to be right up there.
Panthers first cup was awesome.
8 seed.
Yep.
And went out and beat everybody and had all those huge wins on the road.
I love that Marlins team.
Yeah, those were all great. Those were all fun.
That was 03, right? It was 97 and 03, right? My years off. No, I think it was 03, right? The Marlins.
Well, both teams were a wild card. They wild carded both championships.
But the second one was really You
remember who was complaining and whining that was doing play-by-play during that time about the wild card? How much he hated it?
No. What is it? Someone I don't like?
No, not one of my favorite guys, but
one of your favorite guys. Oh, Bob Costas.
Correcto.
Yeah. Bob's back, by the way. I think he's working these days. They say he's doing the Olympics or something, or NBA or something or other.
Listen, man, the guy's really good at what he does. Nobody's questioning
he's okay.
That. He just got
never did as an NBA guy. Never did it for me.
I just think Bob was thinking as a play-by-play guy that he didn't need the color guy because he's going to give you his opinion as well as do the play-by-play, and he just beat that. Oh, this wild card, he hated it. He's into the tradition. He didn't like the wild card. He wasn't happy. He wanted to keep all the sports the same. And then he got going on Rodman in the playoffs. I think it might have been the same year. And I was like, shut up. So I finally had to tell him.
You told him. Good.
Well, he was ripping me about how bad. I said, no. I know I'm not very good. But I got to tell you, man, I listened to your show a couple of times drinking on my way home. And I got to tell you, your show put me to sleep. That coast to coast show that he did.
That one, yeah. don't you wish they would have had like Marv Albert on the call at Jordan's final shot?
Nah,
I mean, that's like the most iconic shot in the history of
that's
the
your
game.
thing. That's
right?
your thing. I will tell you, got me a little bit on Romo, though. You're right. You're right about Romo. But the rest of the guys, I think Brady got a zillion times better. I think Brady
I thought Brady was great from day one, though. Nobody can give you that perspective.
Yeah. No,
be like MJ sitting in the.
No, he's got.
On the
but that was also, he'd bring up something. People go, oh, he's bragging. I go, no, he got asked a question. Oh, yeah, I've been down 30 in a Super Bowl. It's, this is what has to happen.
Yeah. I mean, Romo didn't do a lot of winning, in fairness.
Hey, Tom, you've been in this situation too. Oh, yeah. Well, listen, you got to use all your time, And
what's Romo known for? Is he known for fumbling the snap on an extra point in the playoffs, right? I don't know.
Hey, we got to go to break here. I know you don't like Romo. I just wanted to egg you on a little bit here. Hey, I do want to talk about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Boy, I'll tell you what, they've been making and keeping a big promise to America for more than 100 years now, man. They build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Hard work is in our DNA, just like it is in yours. Chevy trucks can do it all and never ask you to compromise. You can count on a power and efficiency, dependability, capability, innovation, and over a century of truck knowledge. They get it all, man. I'm telling you right now, it's your choice. They got a truck that's absolutely perfect for you, durable and ready to go, full-size, mid-size, heavy-duty trucks built for early starts and long weekends. Chevy trucks are as capable and dependable as the people who drive them. Hey, man, you probably know that. If you're out there, you've been in a Chevy truck, you know. Chevy's been making and keeping a promise to America for over 100 years. We build dependable trucks for the most dependable people. Hey, drive Chevrolet, man. Check it out. Remember, start your drive with Chevrolet. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
WQA
the food. I'm telling you, man, this thing's so much more than just the game. They're not even talking about the game. They're talking about food first.
I care, like my order, I guess, would be the game, gambling, and then food. Would probably be my order here.
Are you doing a bunch of small bets that day?
I'll be doing, yes, we'll be betting.
Live while it's going, or are you just doing before?
Oh, it depends how the action unfolds.
Yeah.
If one of the teams goes down big, we'll probably sprinkle. But
my gut feeling is this is going to be a really good game. And I'm going by numbers, right? I'm cheating a little bit. I'm going by the numbers of both offenses in the tops, both defenses in the tops in the league, and that they're going to continue. One thing that I saw, one stat that didn't look great for the Patriots, their pass rush. Don't have great pass rushers all the time. They got some good ones, but they play great schemes. They're well coached. Obviously, we've talked about that a lot. And on top of all that, I think I can't wait to see what Drake May is going to look like. Second year in the league. I think he's the second youngest quarterback to start next to Marino to start in a Super Bowl. And I think he's got a legit chance to win this thing. He doesn't have as many weapons as Seattle. Seattle's got better receivers. You agree with that?
I think Seattle's got better, just about it. I don't know, everything almost. I think Seattle's a better team. That doesn't mean that they're going to.
Yeah, no. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah,
sloppy.
I don't know. Kenneth Walker looked really good that last game, but.
Yeah, he's good. Oh, they got.
Yeah, the Patriots do have a pretty good 1-2 punch at running back. And maybe they have the advantage at quarterback. I don't know.
Who?
The Patriots.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey.
Someone's going to come up big in that game, man. We'll talk about it on Monday.
Think about this, man. Either one of those quarterback gets a championship. Their whole life changes. The way you look at them, everything.
I think either way, no matter what happens in this game, you still look at Sam Darnold as one of the top at least 10 quarterbacks, and Drake May is he's approaching that elite category.
I disagree with you. You got to win that Super Bowl for people to look at you differently, or you got to put up monster numbers all the time.
Well, in fairness, people still do it with Joe Burrow. He made a Super Bowl, and people crowned him elite. He hasn't done anything since.
Yeah, I think he is elite.
Oh, he hasn't shown it. He's been hurt. Been on. I mean, I guess they're bad teams, but
okay. So he can't control the team. Can't control that, and he can't control the injuries he's had. He's had a bunch of injuries. He's right behind two in the old injury bug. He's been hurt a lot. But if you go around,
but they crowned Joe Burrow as elite as soon as he got to the Super Bowl, right? And I don't think I would put Joe Burrow in the category of the elite.
Joe Burrow, did you see his season he just had? Just had an unbelievable season.
I still don't think he's Mahomes, Allen, Jackson. Like, he's not in that category to me yet.
It's all right.
I do it more than once, man.
I got to tell you, it would be really fun. I know it's never going to happen because we do this, but it would be really fun if we got all the general managers and head coaches in a room and they ranked quarterbacks. I'm dead serious because they're going to disagree a little bit.
Well, who would you rather have if you could pick one?
Right now?
Yeah.
I'm going off right now.
And Mahomes is healthy for this discussion, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not well, he will be healthy. Mahomes will be fine to start the season.
It's Mahomes and Allen for me.
Well, yes, for everyone.
Not for everybody, but a lot of people. Everybody's got their little different flavor.
You can't do it on upside. Like, if you're doing it on upside.
I'm not doing upside.
To me, Caleb Williams seems like he's got the most upside out of anyone. Doesn't he?
He made big improvements from year one.
And the throws that some of the plays he makes.
Like, put him in a system.
Oh, he's a system guy now?
No, they put him in he made great throws. I'm not taking away from all those throws he made late in games.
That one where he did it over and over and fading away.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I'm not taking anything away from Caleb.
He seems to have a little
well, you got to mention
that winner to him too.
He got a new coach.
Yeah.
Can I say that without sound like I'm taking a shot at the quarterback? You got a coach that knew how to get the most out of him. That comes into play.
That happens a lot, though.
One thing about
coaches.
the ongoing quarterback discussion that takes place, if we put top 5 together, and we asked everybody out there to put the top 5 quarterbacks right now together, very few would have the same 5. You know that. First of all, one of the 2 guys going to win the MVP probably is not in your top 5. Neither one of them. Is there a chance?
Matthew Stafford's never in anyone's top 5.
Never. And he's coming off, he had the biggest numbers in football, right?
Yeah, he led the league in passing. So it's funny, like you can't go by pass yards because none of these guys are, like you got Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff.
No.
I don't even know if most people put him in their top 10. Jared Goff. Dak Prescott, he stinks.
No. He doesn't stink, but I know what you're saying. Why you always got to go stink?
Fine, he's
like
mediocre.
Garbage and all that
He's
stuff.
mediocre.
I hate when you do
I'm
that.
sorry. So sorry. Drake May, Sam
Moving
Darnold.
up. Moving up.
Trevor Lawrence, where do you put him? He threw for 4,000 yards.
Got to see more.
And then you got Caleb, Bo, and Herbert. You got Baker Mayfield and Josh. What do you think of Jordan Love? You think he's any good?
No, I think he's good, but
Jalen Hurts is a controversial
he's
quarterback.
by the
Daniel
way,
Jones,
they're all over
playing
him.
as good as anyone.
He's
before he got hurt.
He's a free agent with a bad Achilles.
Yeah.
All right, so I would we agree?
C.J. Stroud and then Bryce Young played a lot better.
Not in the top 5.
No.
Don't bring a guy up unless he's got a chance to be a top 5. That's what I thought we were talking about.
Okay.
So you go Allen and Mahomes and Lamar Jackson, right? Are you with me on those 3?
Yes, those 3 are in. Yes, absolutely.
You putting Joe Burrow in there as a top 5? No?
No, I don't. I'd be more tempted to put Drake May in there if we're going to go with, the who's hot right now guy.
I mean,
Matthew Stafford deserves consideration, though, too, man.
He does.
That team was. He played.
You know what everybody
really
holds
well.
against him? He just doesn't run. He's an old school.
No, he does not run.
He's accurate, obviously, but you're not getting anything out of the legs.
My guess is Herbert is going to put up big numbers.
By the way, we might be looking at Herbert differently if they have his. I haven't seen the free agent money. I told you yesterday. Somebody said they had a lot of free agent money. If they do,
well, look what Mike did to Tua. What do you think he's going to do with this guy?
Well, the running game's going to look pretty good too. Mike can put together a running game. Watch out for the Chargers. Boy, the Chargers could make this thing. They keep Kansas City in that 3 spot for another year. And that after dominating that division for so long, they could be 3rd best team again next year. Easily.
Texter here said no one strokes Allen as much as Joe does, not even Romo.
By the way, I don't care what anybody says. We should be stroking. Everybody down here should be kissing his ass. We have nobody.
Burrow made a Super Bowl. Lamar has 0. Okay.
Are we just doing by the Super Bowl?
Yeah, but
let's just talk about Mahomes. We won't talk about anybody else.
Lamar had it, man. Not his fault that guy dropped the ball. That was last year. The year before was the Zay Flowers thing too, right?
Yes. But he had some bad throws too. He had a couple throws. He'd be the first to tell you he had a few
he's
rocky throws.
A very good player.
I don't know, but I like to get at where we're talking about our quarterback someday being up there where somebody mentions his name when we talk about it.
I have the passing numbers up. I could mention his name. He's sandwiched in between.
Don't do it.
Bryce Young and Lamar Jackson. But Lamar Jackson will play like half the season.
Don't bring that up.
He had a few more yards than Joe Flacco.
Great.
And Tyler Shuck.
Shuck's good, man.
I know you seem to like him.
I think Shuck's going to be a good one. I think they stuck with him. Everybody's kind of wondering why. I think they're not looking for a quarterback. They think they have one. With what is it, a 2nd-round pick out of Louisville? I think they feel like they got their guy. I do. Anyway, yeah, that top 5 is hard to do. Woody, to everybody's points, the really after a couple, it's really hard to figure out who And listen, Bo Nix we got a bunch of good young we got a whole bunch of good young quarterbacks.
Jaden Daniels is another one who had a big rookie year.
Had a great one. Clearly the best of that rookie year, not even close in that class.
Last year.
But now look at him. He went from 1 to what, 4 now? 4, maybe 4th in that quarterback class.
Jackson Dart was good for a couple weeks. Remember that?
He got to stop acting like Larry Zonka, though. That's going to be a short-term career, although people do like him, man. Can't wait to see what he's going to look like. He got a little something to him now. There's no question about it. Was he second first-round quarterback taken last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He and Cam. Anyway, hey, Woody, what do you say we talk to, speaking of Josh Allen, and why don't we have Joe Brady come on, the head football coach for the Buffalo Bills, to talk a little bit about his guy, Josh Allen. We're going to have that for you coming up next. Stay with us.
Text WQAM on the